and where you are. It's a little bit like Pat Murphy, the Brewers manager, taking roll call before his press conferences when he says,
"Hey,
who are you? Where are you? Who are you with?"
Where are you from?
And he, we would like to know that. So hit us up. We're going to have some stuff to talk about, including the Brewers are in some dire straits right now.
That was a rough one, but you could tell it was shifting. The momentum was shifting last night in that game.
When did you feel it?
Probably about the 5th or the 6th inning.
When Yamamoto was just shoving, when it was clear he was really good. 2 really good pitching performances in a row. I guess we shouldn't be surprised because it is the playoffs, right? But Blake Snell was otherworldly good, and Yamamoto finished the game and pitched a complete game, which, to quote our buddy Tom Hardercourt, is like watching Amelia Earhart ride to home plate on a unicorn. A complete game in any circumstance in baseball is very rare, but to have a complete game in the LCS. So, all right. So the Brewers offense is an issue. Pitching was, mediocre last night. We did have the one highlight, the first pitch of the game, Jackson Chourio.
Yeah.
Who is El Hombre.
That was fantastic.
We'll talk about him throughout the day. I'm just surprised. I guess our first question to our smart and good looking listeners is Jackson Chourio the next Wisconsin sports superstar?
The next one. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say he's one of them.
Superstar.
I think, and I would say if I was looking at who it would be, I would put it in this order. I would say Matthew Golden, not in this order, but it's down to 3: Matthew Golden, Chourio, and Miz. If Miz, develops the way we hope he does.
Mm-hmm.
Those would be my 3 that would be competing for the title.
Matthew Golden, Chourio, and Mizorowski. That's a pretty good, young group of young guns.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like Chourio, a lot of guys play, and then when they get to the big stage, it takes them a while to get comfortable there. He's there. And Uribe, for the most part, has been pretty solid. But for Chourio to produce, he's starting to put up numbers, and he's what was the stat? Hunter Baumgart is here with producing the program and helping us monitor the talk and text line. What was he's near the top of the franchise lead for postseason homers already, right?
Yeah, he's tied for the most postseason homers in Brewers history, and he's 21 years old. That number is at 4, tied with Prince Fielder and Orlando Arcia. So you think about that, and you think about he's got a lot more.
But he's also had a lot more shots at it
than those guys did. Yeah, I mean, you think about Fielder, he had 2 seasons of it. Chourio's only had 2 seasons of it right now.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
it's true. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, what Chourio's doing is I pretty much feel like he is the next big Wisconsin superstar. I said it last year that he was giving me vibes like Giannis. He was kind of a young Giannis, KB, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything
there. I thought your computer was talking to me.
I was doing something.
Okay.
But I'm not doing anything anymore.
All right. So yeah, and we want to know where you're listening. But if you're we just got a text from Matt from Racine, and he's listening 1070 The Game on Madison on the iHeartRadio app. That's what we're looking for today.
1070 is a good stick. In the industry, a stick, and in the business, and by the business I do mean the industry. The stick is the antenna. That's what they say. That's jargon. That's a big stick. And I do recall when we were on 1070, when we first started, they were getting the 1070 signal all the way up to your old stomping grounds in Tomahawk.
Yeah, it goes really far.
So there are a lot of people could be listening to it up there.
Yeah, that's true, because we would get calls from north of the wall, which is KB's term for people in the up north.
Mm-hmm.
So fantastic. Keep hitting us up. Now, the Brewers are down 2-0. It's looking bleak. The only goal now is to stave off elimination over the weekend and bring the series back and have a game 6. Force a game 6. Can they win 2 out of 3 in their current configuration after 2? All right. So there's an element of tip your cap. I can't wait to talk to Wags about this, because when you watched Blake Snell pitch on Monday. All right, yeah, the Brewers look kind of feeble. They got one base runner, they got one hit, and the guy was erased stealing against Blake Snell. That was, like we said yesterday, otherworldly, excellent pitching performance. And the guy last night was a tick below, but he actually finished the deal. And truth be told, Dave Roberts, the Brewers loaded the bases and almost won a game they had no business winning because Dave Roberts should have left Blake Snell in for the ninth inning, and he didn't. But the Brewers have not done much. And I'm hearing a lot of people now circling around, and I understand it, to payroll. And like, oh, the Brewers can't compete with the big mighty Dodgers. Well, yeah, they can, but they just got, and okay, so if you look at, I was talking to a friend of ours today, if you look at Yamamoto's salary, I think he's making $14 million. Now, granted, you can't look at the year by year totals because, like, if you took Blake Snell and Yamamoto and just looked at their salaries, they make the same money fundamentally as Christian Yelich and Rhys Hoskins, right? It's like, so on that day. Now, of course, the Brewers can't get guys like that for 1 year at $14 million because they all get like 8-year, $500 million deals or whatever it is. Like, they all get ridiculous deals that the Brewers can't afford. But the payroll thing, it is what it is. And you can say that that's unfair and you want to rationalize the Brewers' loss, but the Brewers they're not hitting. They're getting outplayed. They're getting outpitched. They're getting outplayed. Like, there is a tip your cap element. And if you want to rue the payroll, you can, but I don't know how to process that right now. Because, like, again, Brewers won 97 games. They can win. I heard Buster Olney, friend of the program, had a podcast today, and he's talking about the same thing with Toronto and with the Seattle-Toronto series, which will continue tonight. And everybody loves the small ball and the woodpeckers. And again, like, home runs play in the postseason. When you face really good pitching, you can't get 4 hits in an inning. And you can give up and out sacrificing, but it's going to make it harder on you to, that's why the game evolved to the way it did. And one of the things Wags told us a couple of weeks ago is we're going to find out if the Brewers are built to win 97 games in the regular season, or are they built to win in October? And I do maintain that in order to win in October, somebody's got to run into one, because for that very reason, you need a couple of homers. When the Brewers won the games, they won 2 of the 3 games they won against the Cubs, scoring all their runs on home runs. That's all the evidence we need that, home runs play, and everybody loves the bunt. They romanticize the way they play in Williamsport. But when it gets to this level against this pitching, I don't know that that's sustainable.
Well, I mean, first of all, I will say this. If you're saying the Brewers can't hang with the Dodgers, okay, last night they got roughed up late. We'll talk to Wags, and I texted him, and we were texting back and forth last night. And I said it just felt later in the game that the moment might have gotten too big for him.
For whom?
For Uribe, maybe in the,
well, he just,
I mean, he's young. Okay. These guys are young. However, you can't say they can't hang, because it was the Brewers pitching up until that point. So for 9, when did he come in, the 6th? Now 14 innings, with the exception, 14 innings.
Well,
with the exception of 2 pitches.
Well, and that's the thing.
They hung with him.
It's not a pitching problem right now. Because as Murph said after the game, Hunter, you were on hand. If you'd have told me we were going to give up 7 runs in the first 2 games, I'd have thought we were winning one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the case. And the Brewers, we can open up the phone lines and let people rip Christian Yelich if you want, because he has been lackluster lately, and that's your big bat, your highest paid guy. You can't win a series if your stars don't deliver. He's not delivering. We wonder if his back is bothering him again, because when he goes into funks like this, you wonder if it's an injury problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, where is the August Bryce Terang? Because the October Bryce Terang is not the August Bryce Terang. They need somebody to get hot like that. Now, Contreras and Churio have been consistent. Churio, especially Churio, is showing up and producing at historic levels. And it's so encouraging because he's 21, which is why it made me think of, is he the next big Wisconsin superstar? I think he is. I will bet on him. I don't know about Miz. I don't know if Miz is going to stay healthy and if Miz has got the control. We'll see. But what Churio has shown us in his first 2 seasons is that he is that dude, and that, he is going to show up, and the Brewers made a great move to sign him to the deal that they did. They're going to save a lot of money over the years by the gamble they took, to me, has paid off already and will continue to pay dividends for them.
Mm-hmm.
So 877-794-1973, NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Jason wants to know, Drew, why isn't Rhys Hoskins playing even as a pinch hitter? Well, he's not on the roster because Vaughn has been so good and they needed the left-handed bat, Jake Bowers, who ended up playing outfield, but he did have playoff experience, but his injury and his comeback, Hunter, right? He didn't get enough at bats and playing time to be in any kind of groove in September. And now to bring him in now when he hasn't seen live pitching in a while would almost be unfair to him.
Yeah, I think he only got 10 at bats, really, right around 10 at bats when he came back from injury. But I will say, last night I saw him in a long conversation with William Contreras. I think he's been a good part and instrumental part in the clubhouse culture there, and still talking with guys. It really seemed like it was kind of like Contreras was looking for some advice there. I didn't hear the conversation, so I'm speculating at that, but it just seemed like they were in a longer conversation. And from what I hear, Hoskins is still helping the guys, even though he's not doing it on the field.
Mm-hmm. Tim on the text line said, nothing against Churio, but the fact that 4 home runs is the Brewers leader for postseason home runs is honestly pathetic. Okay, well.
You know what? I don't want to be an apologist, but I look at this and I've said this before, you've got one of the youngest teams around. You have to learn how to play in October. You go up and down the lineup. Mookie Betts, yeah, he's been there, hasn't he? He's been there in both in the 2 biggest major markets, right? He was New York and LA. And was he in Boston? No. So New York and LA. You got Freddie Freeman, who's been there.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Max Muncy, who's been these guys.
Oh,
it's like
they won the World Series last year. I mean,
I know it's just like a longer season for them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that the Brewers, I'm not saying that the Brewers, I'm trying to think of who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody last night. I can't remember exactly who it was. And I said, you know what? You have every right to be disappointed, but you shouldn't be mad.
Well, yeah. But now, again, now it's shifting to, well, how can we compete with that payroll? And the same people who are saying that are the people who are saying it doesn't matter. We beat them 6 times in the regular season. I think somebody on the radio here on the interwebs told you that doesn't matter because the Dodgers weren't as good in July as they are now. And I said that this was a matchup of the best team in the National League, statistically and record-wise, against the most talented team in the National League, because the Dodgers are the most talented team in baseball. They're odds-on favorites to win the World Series even before the playoffs started. They were still. Here's the thing. Another thought I had, and I talked to Wags about this as well, and Wags is going to join us at 3:30. The Brewers had a string of one-and-dones that left everybody pissed off. And this year, they won a playoff series against the Cubs. We talked about that at length on Monday, leading into Game 1 against the Dodgers, that saved the season in that the 97 wins isn't invalidated or flushed, and people will feel good about next year. And it always feels good to beat Chicago and to fly the L flag. And this is not an L flag curse, by the way. Has nothing to do with them holding the L flag for a picture. That's not it. But, and I think Murph alluded to this too, but you have to look at it as the Brewers actually won 2 playoff series this year. They won the one they didn't have to play by finishing in the top 2 and by having the best record. They didn't have to play the first round. And that's as good as winning a series in my book. That's like saying a walk's as good as a hit. Not having to play a series is winning the series. Right? So they won 2 series. And again, I know people hate that David Stern bites of the apple quote. It's all the Brewers have. That's all they can do is get there and try to catch lightning in a bottle and get into the tournament and have August Bryce Terang become October Bryce Terang, and have, one hot guy can change the dynamic and can carry you in the playoffs. We've seen it time and time again. Like one guy who's mashing, one guy who's consistently getting 2-3 hits a night and hitting the ball out of the park and, rocketing balls off the wall can change the dynamic. And the Brewers don't have that right now. They're running out of time. Being down 2-0 going to LA for 3. You got to win 2 out of 3 in LA. Can they do it? Sure. Did they win 3 games in July at Dodger Stadium? Yes, they did. Right. And fortunately, they're not going to face Snell or Yamamoto, but they're going to face somebody else who's really good. Maybe Ohtani, right? So you're going to face somebody else who's really good. And the Dodgers lineup remains daunting. So you can still win the series, but the goal for the Brewers now is you got to take 2 and bring it back. And if you bring it back to Milwaukee, then the Dodgers are on their heels. They don't want to come back. They want to spray champagne at home and get ready to play the World Series. So if you make them come back for a game 6, God knows anything can happen, right? Brewers did this, like, remember in 2018, isn't that the way they went? They won game 6 and forced a game 7, and then the Dodgers prevailed in that one, and we're still stinging from that. But that's their only hope now. And they just have to, they have to keep pecking away. But I will die on the hill that small ball is fun to watch, and it got them to 97. But damn, in the postseason, and everybody said it going in, you got to have some home runs. They won 2 games with the Cubs scoring all their runs on homers. They got to have that. If you're not hitting the ball out of the park in the postseason, it's tough to win. Unless you got a Blake Snell going 8 innings and not letting anybody on base, right? That's the alternative. The other thing, and I can't wait to talk to Wags about this too, is the injury that we don't talk about with the Brewers. And again, it's not necessarily a pitching problem, especially Monday night when the Brewers gave up 2 runs and lost. The injury that no one's talking about is Hunter's guy, Brandon Woodruff.
We were talking about it. How does that change the complexion of this?
I don't know that they would have needed 5 games to beat the Cubs if Brandon Woodruff had been healthy, right? And having Peralta and Woodruff at the top of the rotation, that gives you a chance, right? And more length, and it's less taxing. It keeps the Ashbys fresher, right? And that's like 2 games when you don't use an opener, and it just changes everything. So, again, that's a little bit of a snake bite that they had another key injury at that, at a crucial position. And you forget about it because it's been a while since Woody pitched, and you forget how good he was pitching and how he had reinvented himself as kind of a Greg Maddux who tops out at 92, 93, maybe 94, 95 when he needs it, but he was pitching, he was hitting spots, he was setting hitters up. It was delightful to watch.
I've said when Miz matures, if he can get that fastball, if he can pinpoint the fastball, right? If he can hit his spots and he learns how to throw that thing 102 inside, he'll be unhittable.
877-794-197.
Think about think about what it'd be like if you're a batter and Miz is on the mound, and now he knows he can hit that spot on the inside. And then he's also got a slider at 93.
Yeah.
If you're sitting and you're a right-handed batter, oh, dear God. Absolutely. Am I getting 103 on the hands, or is this thing going to drop off a shelf?
Yeah. Dale in Oak Creek is on line 1 of the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Hi, Dale. You're listening to us on the app, I assume. Good to have you.
Hey, good to have you guys. So I just wanted to talk about the Packers. I know they lost. So like in the beginning of the season, I know they lost like 2 games, but they got better than they won against the Bengals. And then so now we're on to this game. But do you think we can beat the Arizona Cardinals with a 3-1-1 record? It might be hard. But
I think they
can do it.
I'm with you, Dale. I'm with you. We're talking Brewers. What do you think? Can the Brewers win a game in the Dodgers series? Can they Can they win 2? You're an optimist on the Packers.
So I think the Brewers can win. If they win the next 2 games, and then bring it home to Milwaukee, everybody's gonna go nuts. And they move on to World Series, and then
Then you don't know. Thank
There
you,
we
Dale.
go.
Dale's positivity runneth over. His cup's not half empty; it's half full. I admit, when it comes to Brewers, mine's half empty because beating the Dodgers is hard enough. Beating them and climbing out of a 2-0 hole is even more daunting. I mean, you can be as positive as you choose to be, right, KB? Be as positive as you choose to be, but it is going to be rough to win. The mission is clear. Win 2 out of 3 in LA and force a game 6. Make them come back here. Make them earn it, as they say.
Hey, when we return, we'll let you know who our first sponsor is of the Drew and KB show.
That's right.
Right now, it's Kenneth P. Bull. If you've got pictures of your pets, it might be Animal Day.
Oh, I love that.
It might be Animal Day on the show. Send us pictures of your animals. Send us pictures of your dogs and the names, and we'll put them up, and they can sponsor a segment of the show. How's that sound, folks?
All right. Hey, how about this? A text from our pal Scott, who's texting us from Bavaria Sausage, listening on the iHeart app a couple of miles down Lacey Road from the WIBA antenna in Fitchburg.
Oh, thanks a lot, man.
All right. Thank you very much, Scott. We appreciate you. Brad in the 920 wants to know when Monasterio is going to get a chance. We'll tee that up when we come back. We can ask Hunter that one. Matt in Milwaukee said, Drew, we have a hot guy in Churio, but everyone else sucks. Well, some of that is pitching. We'll talk about that as we move forward. Where's the line between tipping your cap and what more can you do as an offense? That's what the Brewers are in. That's the soup that they're in. Want to remind everybody, smart, good-looking listeners, especially you in Madison, we're at East Town Mall tomorrow at Buffalo Wild Wings for a football feast, broadcasting from 3 to 7. We know the Brewers game starts at 5, and then there's Thursday Night Football at 7. So that's going to be a perfect place to have beer and wings and hang out with us. The voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay, is going to hang out with us. We'll be sitting there eating wings and talking to you and watching the Brewers as well, because that's what we do. We're here. It's Drew and KB.
Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1973.
I think we got one. Here we go.
Drew and KB bringing it to you, as we do from 2 to 6. Actually, today, 2 to 5. Tim Allen's taking over at 5 o'clock with a, what is it? Postseason push?
Playoff push.
Playoff push.
Yes.
They're in the playoffs, but they're still pushing, and they're pushing
They
up
are.
the hill now.
You know what? That's a big thing in radio, alliteration.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, we're going to pull out all of
That's
the
right.
of the
Well,
hot buttons that you can
course.
hit. That'll
Yes.
We're in
Yeah.
the middle of Rocktober.
get
and
it
it's
is.
Hot Take Hump Day. We're guilty of it too. Hot Take
I
Hump
know.
Day.
So we're in Rocktober, and that's because we just finished the 97.3 days of summer.
Yeah, the sun
Literally.
the sun set on that in many
Mhm.
ways.
Yeah.
97.3 days.
Hey,
of summer.
just like to point out that this portion of the show is brought to you by smart and good-looking puppy Ruben.
Ruben.
If you go and you watch us on
Oh.
the YouTube feed, you can see a cute little picture of Ruben.
If you aren't watching us there, you're just simply missing.
You're
out. I don't know
missing-
how else to put
You are missing a lot
it. You are.
because I have had a blast last night and this morning just putting together videos and things to put up that so when they go to commercials and they start telling you, if you're listening on the app and they go to commercials and you start getting this year in rock or the top 3 Fleetwood Mac songs. No. You go and watch on the live stream because during those breaks, you are getting priceless material.
That's right. And Ruben is as cute as can be.
Isn't Ruben a doll?
Fantastic.
Thanks for sending it in. Send
right,
us
so-
your dogs.
Hot Take Hump Day. We'll start it now. Hot Take Hump Day. Send us your hot takes. 877-794-1973. NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. I just saw a list. Someone, because it's list time. Oh, MLB Pipeline is prospects kind of a X account. And there's a list of the 100 top prospects in Major League Baseball. Well, in baseball, because they're not in the major leagues yet, a lot of them. And so in this year, the 2025, the top 100 prospects, and someone tweeted out a reminder that Jackson Chourio is younger than 46 of the guys who are deemed top 100 prospects in the minor leagues.
And he's got a year in.
He's finishing up his second year. So yes, but he's younger, 21, than a lot of the top 100 prospects, than 46 of the top prospects. God, that's incredible. And the Brewers, I think the Brewers got a steal with that deal, and he is showing that he is the man. And for my money, I think he is the next Wisconsin superstar. I think you can buy a Chourio jersey at this juncture and not worry about having it become embarrassing.
No.
At some point.
And they're not
And you're right, Matthew Golden for sure. I think, well, and that's the thing is Micah Parsons is a superstar. He came as a superstar. Giannis drafted, evolved, built himself into a superstar. Christian Yelich came to Milwaukee as kind of a star on the rise and then became a superstar, not performing it like it now and in the playoffs. I get, but he is at that level. I mean, he's an MVP and he would have won 2 if he hadn't banged the ball off his knee. So there's that. But I guess that's the question of the day. If not Chourio, then whom? Who is the next Wisconsin superstar? Is it Golden? Potentially.
Well, he's going to be there, I think. And Miz, if Miz,
Is Love at that level? Love's not a superstar yet. If he wins a Super Bowl, I guess he becomes a superstar, because if you're a quarterback and you win the Super Bowl, you're pretty much guaranteed superstar status. But Golden could be, like we said, Parsons is already there. So I guess Parsons can't be the next superstar in Wisconsin because he's already a superstar in Wisconsin, in my book. He's already one of the best players in the league, and he plays for the Packers. So kick that one around and get us your hot takes. We like our hot takes. Hunter, let's start officially with Hot Take Hump Day, shall we? Let's make it happen.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Hump! Guess what day it is?
Hot take.
Huh? Anybody? Hump! Guess what today is?
hump day, hot take, hump day.
Maybe it's a hot take.
Hump!
That's hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
Hot Take
Drop it
Hump
like
Day.
it's
We
hot.
used to be sticklers. Yes, humpty. We used to be sticklers and say hot takes can't be predictions because those are
Call
different.
it whatever.
Call it with whatever. We've loosened our standards and practices here. But I have a hot take from the star of our sorority sports report, Kappa Kate.
Yeah.
Kappa Kate's going to join us on Friday.
Is she? She could
On
be
the
on
program.
video?
Yeah, we're going to send her a Zoom
link?
She'll be on.
Cool.
She'll be on video with us
So
on
cool.
Friday. I was thinking about having her come back because she was such a hit at University Ave at the football feast last week in Madison. I was thinking about having her come to Easttown at Mall tomorrow, but I think we're going to have her on Friday via Zoom. But Kappa Kate was at Game 2 last night with her dad, and she believes that the Brewers should start McGill and then use Miz behind him for Game 3. So that's Kappa Kate's hot take from the Sorority Sports Report. Literally, our friend's daughter, who's a student at the University of Wisconsin, she was with us, Kate Sutton. That's Kappa Kate's sports report for today. That's her hot take. She thinks that the Brewers should start McGill and then use Miz.
But then what if they get,
it worked in Game 5 against the Cubs?
Yeah. And then who did they close with? Koenig?
Uribe.
Oh, that's right. Uribe.
Yeah. Yep. So send us your hot takes at 877-794-1973. When Adam Pawlak shows up at 4:00 to live the high life with us, celebrity chef, that's when we switch, and it's real close to the dinner hour, but that's when we switch into a lot of food questions and food takes. And my question for Adam, and we'll throw it out now, because what are we going to hold something back for? My question for everybody out there is, the first question was, is Churio the next Wisconsin sports superstar? And second question would be, is there a food that most people like or is commonly accepted that you hate? Like, I know people who are, it's funny because everybody tends to have at least one thing. I don't like black olives or black licorice.
I can't stand black
Hate it.
olives.
Some people love it.
Any olives.
Some people I know a guy who can't stand and gets like physically ill the thought of pumpkin pie.
Really?
Most people think pumpkin pie is delicious and wonderful, and they look forward to eating it at Thanksgiving every year, but he can't stand it, hates it, and it just the idea makes him ill. So is there, that's what we're going to kick around at 4:00. That's a little preview of what's going to happen with Adam Pawlak.
I'm trying to
Plus,
think.
if you have any food or you need any preparation tips or what's the best way to make this or how should I buy this, Adam is our guy. He's one of our favorites. So he'll be in at 4:00.
Man, we got a lot of animals.
A lot of family dogs coming in.
God, a lot of them coming in. So we'll get to them, over the course. We're still on, so until we get sponsors, which is probably highly unlikely, then we're going to put dogs up and people.
There you go. Absolutely.
Why not? I mean,
why not?
Here's the thing. And I was thinking about this, and in this day, this day and age of AI, and I was pondering because, as an instructor of students, now we've got AI, and then you got I've seen the changes in my students, and if there's one thing that, this can all be traced back to shutting us down for COVID, right? And if there's one thing that COVID did for sure, for certain, is it taught students how to stare blankly at you and not say anything. I swear to, come on, they did it for what? 13 months or whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So they just sit and stare at you like they don't have to talk, because that's all they ever did. Hell, they were sitting there putting up pictures of themselves on, on Zooms.
Oh yeah. To game the system.
To game the system. And I was thinking about that, and I got a lot of time to ponder stuff. And and the reason that I'm doing this with putting our listeners up and our listeners' dogs, and in this day of AI, you don't know whose voice is fake or whose is real. In fact, Drew just showed me a picture of someone who started following him on Instagram, and she had 6 toes. Hot as hell, but 6 toes.
Yeah, clearly might be AI influenced.
Or if she's not AI, that's still kind of hot. She's got an extra little piggy. But I don't know where that piggy goes, but I'm sure she'll tell you.
I'm sure there's a Reddit group you can go to if that's what you're into.
For extra piggies.
Wait. We need to, because like before they pull the plug on the show, we need to come up with a list of all of our tenets, our basic foundational principles
of life.
Champions fear no one.
Right.
What else? I'm trying to think of what were some of our best hits.
Well, we took, we don't wear the ribbon, but
Champions Fear No One. Yeah, but that was just one of them. And then the other one was if you can imagine it, it already exists.
Oh, yeah.
And it's out there.
Think of the sickest possible thing. Think of the sickest possible sexual quirk that you could possibly imagine. And there's a website for it.
It's already, the content is already being generated. That was another one.
But no, I'm getting to my point. And the reason that I'm asking to see
90% of being a sports fan is getting kicked in the
nads, right?
That's another one.
And the reason I'm doing that is because I put up a picture of Kenneth, and Kenneth, sponsored a segment of the show yesterday. And
Kenneth P. Bull,
and you can follow him at Kenneth at Kenneth P. Bull, one word, on Instagram. But anyway, COVID, people, they just tell people to stare at you when we've got all AI. You don't know what's right and you don't know what's wrong. But when the more I thought about it, I realized, what do people want in this world? What did they lose and what do they want? And I'm finding more and more this to be true. And real people want real connections with real people.
Very true.
Okay. And then you have to add to it the fact that social media, you don't know who is real and who isn't. You don't know if you go and listen to a radio station right now, unless you know the DJ, you don't know if it's someone in another city, or you don't know. And that's on every station, right? You don't know if it's someone in another city or if it's an AI voice. But then the other thing is that one thing that you get with us is we are real people.
We are absolutely
we are real people. And now the fun thing is now, we get to be more real.
Yeah, well.
And so send us your dogs.
For my money, we've been pretty real this whole time.
I know it, but now we're even more. Now we're even more. So why not? Hey, we'll feature your dogs, real dogs for real people.
Adam from Rothschild just sent us a picture of his dog, Nelson, named after Packers Hall of Famer Jordy Nelson. And I'm partial because it looks like a black doodle. Might even be a golden doodle, because I had a black golden doodle for 14 years. Beloved member of the family. I needed that. Thank you, Adam.
Here we go.
Rothschild. Appreciate that.
Jill from Stoughton says green bean casserole.
Okay, yeah. Now Jason hates pickles. I love that. Ugh. See, now we're getting dog pictures and foods people hate that are commonly accepted, which I think is hilarious, because Andy in Thiensville, listening to us on the app, said cottage cheese is disgusting.
Well, that's not. I don't know if a lot of people like cottage cheese. I think that's got to be a little selective. Right.
Yeah, but it's accepted though. It's not like, how can you like, it's not like eating haggis.
Yeah.
Right. That's not like, pig's feet or something like people go, what?
Okay. Well, there is one that I don't particularly care for, and that is wasabi, but I don't think that's widely eaten.
Well,
okay. Sriracha.
Sriracha restaurants.
Sriracha got hot for a while as a condiment. Yeah. I cannot stand sriracha.
I love it.
I know.
I like all the sriracha.
I like
the wasabi.
You like Brussels sprouts.
That's true.
Too.
That's true. I didn't until I was older, but I do now. Still not great on beets, but
no one is.
414 tomatoes. I hate straight tomatoes, but love stuff made of them.
Beets are for poor people.
It's for rich women on diets. Beet salad.
That's well, yeah. But beets I would throw in. It's cooler to say you like beets. To be a contrarian than actually like beets.
From the 608. Now this one is, he said Limburger cheese. Now that's out of the norm.
Nobody does.
If you said cheddar cheese, that's norm. Limburger is out there. I mean, that's a niche. That's, okay, sardines might be a niche now. There used to be a more common staple. Actually, they're probably high in protein. I know a lot of the guys who spend a lot of time pumping iron in the gyms who eat sardines as a snack. Just saying. So yes, keep sending your pet pics. Who's our featured pet right now, KB? Who is it?
Right now, I'd have to look. Ruben the puppy sponsored this segment.
All right, we're having a blast. Going out in style. It is. You are listening.
We're really having fun,
and we're gonna really have fun tomorrow at Easttown Mall at Buffalo Wild Wings, hanging out with Billy Schmid and voice of the Badgers Wayne Larrabee, and it's gonna take you. We'll start before the Brewers game. Talk about the Brewers and Dodgers, and then it'll be on during our show. We'll sneak in some football talk on the football feast, but there's no law that says we got to talk football during the football feast.
There's no law that says we have to talk sports.
that is also true. But come and watch it. We'd love to see you. We will be. Let's make it our biggest, most packed appearance ever in Madison at East Town Mall. We're going to be there tomorrow, doing the football feast from 3 to 7, and come and watch the Brewers with us. You're listening to Drew and KB. Little day off from the Brewers series. Still getting ready for a weekend matchup between the Badgers and Buckeyes. And we also have, of course, Packers and Cardinals on Sunday at 3:25 kickoff. Earlier today, I visited my friends at Game Day Men's Health. I make a weekly stop there to see the lovely Patty and Abby and to get treatment there. You need to go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com is the website. Go and check these guys out. If you're a dude who's feeling a little bit run down, don't have the energy that you used to have, you're losing focus, as I like to say, if you're sinking into the couch at night, reclaim those hours between 6:37 and 10 when you just veg out. You can get stuff done. You can be productive all day. The lower energy level could be due to your testosterone, and they can do a simple blood test in and out in about 45 minutes. And they can tell you if you can benefit from their treatment. They offer a variety of treatments. Go find a clinic near you at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. It's a no obligation looky-loo. You go in, set up an appointment, you go in, and they'll tell you if you don't need treatment, we'll grab a snack on your way out and then enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. They've got cold drinks in the fridge, sports on the TV to chill out. And while they're looking at your results, they've got snacks, peanuts. It's a little bit like Vendo World over there. Go check out our friends at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Sign up for the free, no obligation test and see if they can help you get back to the previous version of you or the next version of you. If you want, KB, like, oh, I never worked out for the summer. Remember how our COVID regrets? I didn't learn Portuguese as a second language.
You know what? I think about that. We had 18 months.
I didn't learn to play piano. Yeah.
I could have learned instruments in a language, and it's like
we watched Tiger King.
We watched Tiger King, and then I drank whiskey and read Dr. Seuss books on Instagram Live.
I do remember that. It was one of your greatest hits.
Mm-hmm.
So,
they're going to keep coming now.
Oh, yeah. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Keep hitting us up. It's Hot Take Hump Day. We want your hot takes, your opinions. Questions of the day. Is Jackson Churio the next Wisconsin sports star? We'll talk to Wags about that. Paul Wagner is going to join us. We'll talk hardcore baseball and Brewers and playoffs at 3:30 with Wags. And also, because Adam Pawlak joins us at 4 o'clock, is there any food that is conventionally accepted that most people like that you cannot stand? I find that to be quite interesting. Other than I think there's a lot of people on our team that don't like black olives or black licorice. I think we're the majority. I think it's a minority of people that actually enjoy those things. Mm-hmm. But it's fun to explore, especially with Adam coming in because he's a chef. There's stuff that he doesn't eat, right? Mm-hmm. Adam's thing is you eat what you want, you do you, cook it the way you want it, eat the way you want it. And that's kind of our approach to our show here these days is we're going to do what we do. And we're glad.
Yes, exactly.
We're so glad you're hanging out with us and hope you'll come and see us at Buffalo Wild Wings East Town Mall tomorrow. We'll be right back. Drew and KB.
Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1978.
In January of 1978, the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack is released featuring the music of the Bee Gees. It hits number one in the U.S. for more than 6 months. An amazing 18 weeks at number one in the U.K., it becomes the best-selling soundtrack album of all time. In February of 78, Pasadena, California hard rock band Van Halen released their self-titled debut album. It hits number 19 on the charts. Their cover of The Kinks' You Really Got Me cracks the top 40 at number 36. In March, the Patti Smith Group released their third album, Easter. It goes to number 20. Their single, Because the Night, goes to number 13. It was co-written with Bruce Springsteen. In May of 78, Detroit rock singer Bob Seger releases his 10th album, Stranger in Town. It goes to number 4 in the U.S., yielding 3 top 20 singles, including Still the Same, which also goes to number 4.
Are you still the same?
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1978. Coming up. Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1978.
In June of 78, Darkness on the Edge of Town is released, Bruce Springsteen's follow-up to his breakthrough album, Born to Run. The album charts at number 5.
In the darkness on the edge of town. In the darkness on the edge.
Boston-based band The Cars released their debut album. It goes to number 18. It features the singles Just What I Needed and My Best Friend's Girl.
She's my best friend's girl, but she used to be mine.
In July of 78, the Rolling Stones released Some Girls in the U.S. The album and the single Miss You both hit number 1. In August of 78, Boston released their sophomore album, Don't Look Back. The album goes to number 1 in the U.S., selling 4 million copies in its first month.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1978. Coming up.
I'm Maurice with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Chiefs are getting one of their top receivers back. Rashee Rice is set to return to practice this week after sitting out his 6-game suspension for violating the league's personal conduct policy. Kansas City went 3-3 to start the season without Rice and host the 2-4 Raiders Sunday. Elsewhere, Mike McCoy was introduced as the Titans' interim head coach on Tuesday, one day after the team fired Brian Callahan. McCoy saying he understands the frustration of Tennessee fans for the 1-5 start, but that the organization is going to keep fighting to win because that's what it's all about, with the Titans hosting the 4-2 Patriots and former head coach Mike Vrabel on Sunday. And the Buccaneers are preparing for another week without 2 of their top offensive playmakers. Head coach Todd Bowles saying that both wide receiver Chris Godwin and running back Bucky Irving will not be available for the Week 7 Monday night showdown against the Lions. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Carlos Santana as he reflects on some of his teachers.
We had good teachers, Miles Davis, B.B. King, Gino Puente, and the people who we learn, whether it's Herbie Hancock or Wayne or Buddy Rich, they don't think too much. You just go with your heart, with a lot of conviction and a lot of trust and a lot of energy, and we don't have time to doubt or second guess or anything like that. That's for somebody else.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Santana and all your favorite artists.
Broadcasting live from the top of the ratings.
How's the air up there?
This is WRNW Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game. #1 for sports and stuff.
No one knows who gave the order. When I heard it, wasn't angry. And I said to myself, this is the business we've chosen. I didn't ask who gave the order because it had nothing to do with business.
You can take my urn to Fenway, spread my ashes all about it. You can bring me down to Wally Beach and dump the sucker out. Burn me to a rotten crisp and toast me for a while. I can really give a shit that I'm going out in style.
Live from the Iron Jock Studios and brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College Athletics, it's time to rock the rivers and shake the lakes with 2 guys fueled only by cheeseburgers, bourbon, and ice-cold beer at a reasonable price, of course. It's Drew and KB.
What do you call yourself? The aristocrats.
Look at my cat. Look at my cat. Look.
The reality is that anybody that knows Drew knows that he's been class personified.
I like to say about the world cities and airports.
KB brings just great instincts. That's what you love about him.
I live the way I live, and I'll die the way I'll die.
If Andy yearns for Brenda and Brenda cares about Charlene, who pines for Andy, the three of them form one of these. Kara.
What is it, threesome?
No.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
I'm a clam guy. Only eat clams. That's all I do.
Lesbians. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
37 in a row?
Who wants some man meat?
I do. I want some man meat.
Shut the f up, okay? Shut the f up.
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes. Clear alcohols are for rich women on diets.
You know, I'm going to have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle. Light the candle.
Take me in the fenway, where my ass is all about. Bring me down the lolly beach and dump the sucker out. Burn me to a rotten crispy toast before I get ready, get I'm going outside.
Drew and KB bringing it to you on this Wednesday in the Good Land. Welcome in. My name's Drew Olson, joined by KB.
What's going on, brother man?
Well, plenty. Brewers down 2-0 in their series on a day off. They traveled last night, working out in LA today, and getting after it for game 3 tomorrow at Dodger Stadium. They are highly they're underdogs. I said they were underdogs going in, despite winning 97 games and having a better record and sweeping the Dodgers in the regular season. But the task got a lot tougher last night. Even a split in the first 2 games would have made things tough. But dang, it got tougher. Boy, Dodgers are pitching great. The numbers in the 2 games in the series against Blake Snell and then, well, the bullpen in the 9th inning on game 1 and Yamamoto yesterday, in 2 games of the National League Championship Series, the Brewers have had 1 at bat with a runner in scoring position. And that was Bryce Terang who struck out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound about right? Yeah. Because, well, one guy walked with Yelich watched. So 2 plate appearances, 1 at bat, official at bat.
Yep.
In the last 3 games, going back to the game they won against the Cubs on Saturday. By the way, doesn't Saturday seem like it was a month ago?
Oh, dear God. Doesn't it?
The victory against the Cubs?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, we've been
Great
through a lot here, but even the Packers played the Bengals on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. That game seems like a month ago to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the glorious Brewers victory with the 3 homers, they weren't rolling through the lineup on that. So in their last 3 games, the Brewers have had 4 official at bats with runners in scoring position, because all 3 runs that scored in game 5 were solo homers.
Yeah.
Solo homers.
That's not good.
Well, and again, I can't wait to talk to Paul Wagner, our baseball guru, coming up at 3:30. But that is a tough way to go when it comes to the playoffs. That is and when you're not hitting home runs and you're facing the best pitching, it just makes it tough. Yesterday, after the first pitch, they didn't make the switch. After the first pitch, after Churio's home run, which gave the building liftoff, and then Freddie gave it back. That was the other thing that hurt right away, Freddie
Dodgers scored 2 right away. You didn't get the shutdown inning, and you lost the lead, and then you were down.
Lost the momentum, lost the lead. It wasn't a good recipe. But hey, now the goal is simple: win, and that's been Murph's goal and his approach the entire season. So he is in some ways the perfect manager for this, because last night, Hunter, he didn't sugarcoat the situation at all. Like, let's take a listen to what Murph said last night.
90% of the teams that are 0-2 at home don't come back, but I don't think it's over. I don't know why. I admire this team. I've said it all along. I like who they are. I know where they came from. And I don't think they'll be surprised if they come back and play really well.
So, again, the task is rough. The Dodgers are really good, and the Brewers are in a hole. The goal now, win tonight. You win 2 of the 3 in LA and just bring them back here. Because then you got them on your heels and you got the home crowd. And then there's a chance. Then I'm saying there's a chance. If you could get to game 6 and force a game 7, then oh, baby, that'd be awesome. I mean, win all 3 and sweep them at Chavez Ravine and then come back and try to win it. That'd be great too. But that's asking a lot. Obviously now, and again, I said it, I had the feeling, I said it last night. I almost felt it Monday. I said it last night that last night was kind of an elimination game. Well, in essence, now when we're going to be watching the game tomorrow night, 5 o'clock first pitch, 5:08 first pitch, we'll be watching it at Buffalo Wild Wings, Easttown Mall.
Mm-hmm.
That is an elimination game because I know it's happened before because I covered the series when it happened before, but coming off the deck 3-0 against that team,
it's just not happening.
It's not happening. So tomorrow is basically an elimination game. So you got to win to avoid going down 3-0. And that's the soup they're in. And I know people, when you look dead, you look lifeless when you're not rolling through the lineup, when you're not getting guys on base, when you don't have what Counts and Murph call traffic on the bases. You look lifeless. And now people are spinning to, well, it's the payroll. It's the payroll. And I don't know. I don't think it is. I mean, yeah, it is. Brewers can't afford a Blake Snell. Brewers can't afford like a Yamamoto in free agency. But in a one game thing, in the game to game basis, it's not the payroll that beat the Brewers. It's just like they got cold at the wrong time, and we knew they had to play up to almost a perfect baseball, and they aren't right now. So that's the soup they're in. We'll talk to Wags about that. We want your thoughts on that. It's Hot Take Hump Day. We got a hot take before there. We appreciate everybody who's texting us because we did ask a lot of questions in the first hour of the program that we were together. We did ask, is Jackson Chourio the next Wisconsin sports superstar? KB asked, because we're looking for pets to put on our live stream to be sponsored. We're looking for your family pets to put on the live stream. By the way, KB, who's up there now?
Otis. Otis is up there now supporting the Drew and KB show.
Wait till Otis sees us.
Wait till Otis sees us.
And Otis is up there. So, and we also asked because Adam Pawlak's going to join us in an hour, and we always get food questions when Adam comes because he's the chef at Egg and Flour and he's been on a lot of national cooking shows. We get a lot of food questions. We're also asking, is there a generally accepted food or a commonly consumed food that you just can't stand?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be like a weird quirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like something that you hate. Like someone earlier, and again, we apologize, I'd identify him, but it's moving so fast. Miracle Whip came up. That is quite polarizing. Some people hate mayonnaise. That's a generally accepted food. Most sandwiches that you buy have mayo.
I like mayo.
Some people say hold the mayo, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like mayo. Do you like Miracle Whip?
I never really compared. I mean, I know.
I grew up and we just go either or. We'd alternate. Mom would buy both.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I don't, I guess.
Somebody brought up before Limburger cheese. Now that's not commonly acceptable because I think most people just that are familiar with it.
Limburger cheese.
People that are familiar with it don't like the smell of it or the taste of it. But if you like it, you like it. And that's the way we roll. But Mike in Waukesha said the only cheese factory in the United States that makes Limburger is Chalet Cheese Factory in Monroe, Wisconsin.
Oh.
That's why our listeners are smart and good looking. They enlighten us with facts. I did not know that.
Hey, I'm going to point something out too, because this is really important for you guys to know out there. A lot of people like to, hammer us on the talk and text line and call us stupid, right?
That's why we call it the Department of Corrections.
Right. I'm just going to point out we don't care anymore. I mean, we really don't.
I get called stupid at home all the time.
I know. And so if you're going to text and just MF us or call someone on this show or another name, someone on this show or another show names, so you're stupid or you're an idiot or, you call yourself, okay, just understand it's Blocktober.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And since we really don't have to worry about ratings anymore.
Well, we want to build as big an army.
We're going to build
a
big an army, but we're going to build as big an army of people that want to listen to us. And it's like, well, I'm switching down the down. Knock yourself out. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to us. Okay. So it's an idle threat. I'm just saying.
Fair enough. 877-794-1973. NicoletLaw.com talking text line never really closes for you. So we've been talking about the Brewers. We got all those plates spinning. Dealer's choice. Is Jackson Chourio the next Wisconsin sports superstar? I think he's well on his way. And someone asked what his contract was. And Hunter, check me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it 8 years, $60 million? Does that sound right to you?
Might have been 80. Let me see.
Was it 8 years at 80? I think it was 8 years, and he's finishing his second year. So I think the question was, how much longer is he under contract?
82.
Years.
8 year, 82 million.
8 years, 82 million.
Signed in December of 23.
Before he had ever played a big league game.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to end up being the bargain of the century, in my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think? I mean,
oh, yeah.
He signed it. It was a risk for both sides. Chourio will live with it. He's just supremely talented to be a 21-year-old and do what he's doing. You forget that. And as we pointed out earlier, on the Major League Baseball list of the top 100 prospects, guys who haven't, prospect comes from the Latin, hasn't done anything in the big leagues yet. For the top 100 guys on the list, he's younger than 46 of those prospects. It's incredible. What he's doing is incredible. And maybe we're being cockeyed optimists because you try to find the bright spot in a bleak situation for the Brewers. But I just keep going back to, KB, the fact that they beat the Cubs, and that saved the season. That saved everybody saying 97 wins and franchise record and all those great moments was meaningless.
You know what? It's like, here's the other thing. I get it, but I don't get it when someone says this team is built for the season and not October. Okay, I kind of get it. But 97 wins, it's like, I don't know. I mean, you should be built for October. If you don't succeed in October, that doesn't mean you're not built in October.
That's true. But the method that the Brewers used, the woodpecker method,
well, that's not going to necessarily work.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what that means is like, are you built for October means how do you win when every night you're facing the best pitching? Because it's just the course of the season. You face some bad pitchers. You have nights against, now you don't face Skeens every night. You don't face Blake Snell every night. And some nights those guys aren't as good, but the pitching is ratcheted up in the postseason. And so again, I go back to the Brewers won 2 of the games. Their last 2 victories in the playoffs, most recently, were when they hit a bunch of home runs. Mm-hmm. And we said it before, and people say it, and it becomes like this thing that is out there, and that it becomes almost like a self-generating or a self-repeating mantra, is like home runs win in the playoffs. They do because Chourio hit the home run, and then they came back, and Freeman hit the home run to kind of tip the game in game 1, and they do play. Now you can win and you can score, but it's hard to get multiple hits against the pitching you face in the playoffs. Multiple hits in an inning. It's just tough. It just is. And so I'm convinced that you do. Now, can the Brewers hit home runs? I mentioned, first of all, Christian Yelich hasn't hit a home run or driven in a run since the NLCS against the Dodgers in 2018.
That's
in the postseason.
I can't believe that one. My jaw dropped.
That is,
I could not believe that.
And I don't mean to rip Yelich. And someone on the text line said earlier he belongs on the Mount Rushmore of the Brewers as one of their all-time great players. I don't disagree. He's in the discussion to be he's one of the all-time great Brewers, but that's a fact. And it's a small sample, I know, but they've had some series. They've had some series where this was a thing. And so it's a fact. Like he doesn't. And the great thing about Yelich is, Hunter, did you talk to Yelich yesterday after the game?
Yes. Yeah. And he said, I got to be better. I got to figure it out.
He doesn't hide from it. And he's
like, it's a tough time to have a rough patch right now.
Oh, totally.
For his last 17. One thing that I noticed last night too, and maybe there is something to it or maybe not, maybe it's just me looking for things, but just kind of seemed like the Brewers were felt like they were a little out of gas. And I think some of this is the Brewers have to, in order for them to get to where they want to go, they have to play night in, night out in the regular season. They have to try to win every single game they can to try to get that win total as high as they can to win their division. Dodgers have won 12 of their last 13 NL West titles.
Yes.
It's all about the postseason for the Dodgers, kind of like it was for the Bucks in a way in the last few years, right? The regular season is like, okay, all right, we'll get to the postseason. That's what the Dodgers are now.
That's true.
And I think they when they played them and then the Brewers went 6-0 against the Dodgers, those were huge games for the Brewers. The Dodgers were like, oh yeah, okay, we'll see in the October. And now they have all their guys back healthy. I think it's significant when a team like the Dodgers, and this gets back to the whole payroll and salary cap and all that, but when a team like the Dodgers can do that in the regular season and just kind of coast through, and they're going to probably win their division anyway. I know the Padres gave them a little bit of a fight there, but they're going to get in the postseason one way or the other. And now they're getting to October and they're a little fresher than the Brewers are.
That's absolutely true. I mean, the Brewers, they were still grinding. Remember how people were worried about how they were playing September, and then we said it didn't matter, and then they went and won the first 2 games of the Cubs series. It's how you're built. Yes, could they? And then when people are looking at the payroll disparities and how can the Brewers ever compete against the Dodgers, we talked about it a little bit yesterday about the Jeff Passan piece, how this series is a test case for Major League Baseball and whether there's going to be baseball in 27. Like the Players Union, believe it or not, even though the Brewers don't sign free agents, wants the Brewers to win this series because it's better for their bargaining position to show that if you're competently managed, you don't need a salary cap, right? And then if the Dodgers win and they're well on their way, it'll be, teams like Milwaukee can't compete against the big ones because they can't possibly keep they can't keep pace. They can't keep up with the Joneses. Again, but the sports that have salary caps, there are teams that never win. It's not a panacea. The Sacramento Kings never play in the finals.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals don't make it to the Super Bowl. There's the Cleveland Browns are still the Cleveland Browns despite a salary cap. So none of that, it matters, but in a small series like this, people are pulling back to that now. It's like, oh, they can't compete with the Dodgers. Well, how did they compete with the Cubs? Cubs have more money than them, right?
Yeah.
It's just, but it's where we're at. It's where we're at. And then KB, even though we kind of railed against it because of the Andrew Vaughn pickup, people are going to spin around to, well, they didn't go get a bat at the deadline because the owner's cheap.
No. First of all, the people that say that don't know what they're talking about. And we have said on more than one occasion, because usually those people, when they point to an example, they say CC Sabathia. And like they did with CC Sabathia at the deadline. Okay. Hunter, you want to tell them the fact? I know we spit it out before, but when the Brewers acquired CC Sabathia versus when they had Andrew Vaughn?
Oh, yeah. It was the same day.
Same day. CC was July 7th.
Yeah. They acquired Vaughn before that, but they promoted him from Nashville on the same day.
So joined the big team.
Yes.
On the exact same day. So if CC was a great trading deadline pickup, then ergo, they got their bat with Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah, I would call Vaughn a great deadline pickup.
Yes. Just because it wasn't on the last day doesn't mean they didn't do anything.
And it's almost smarter because you got more out of him than trading for him on July 30th.
Think about that. Think about it. You got 23 more days of Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah.
So I agree with you 100%. That's even a smarter move.
So people, and we want people to be optimistic, and Murph's thing is win tonight and the Brewers beat the odds all year. So we'll find out what happens on Thursday night. By the way, if you missed the memo, we'll be watching the game with you at Buffalo Wild Wings, Easttown Mall. Come and see us. And Wayne Larrabee's going to be there. Bill Schmid will be there. But if in the history of this 7-game series, teams that have fallen behind 2-0, there have been 93 cases of this. The Brewers will be the 94th or 95th if you count Toronto. 15 of the 93 have come back and won the series. That is 16%. However, when you add in the caveat that the Brewers lost the first 2 games as the home team, only 4 teams have come back to win.
Not good.
The odds are long, but the odds were long all year, and the Brewers beat the odds all year long. So you gotta, we're gonna watch, and it'd be nice to just win one game or have things lined up. And all it takes is like one big inning. Like again, Brewers are down 2-0. They were a broken bat blooper away from being tied 1-1 because they could have won game 1, even though they were completely outclassed. And we could probably put it on a T-shirt because the 2 things I'm going to remember from game 1 of the NLCS 2025 are the 8-6-2 double play, the double play that you've never seen and will never see again. And the text I got from Tom Haudecourt in the 7th inning saying this is the most lopsided 1-0 game in baseball history because he nailed it in one sentence. He summed up everything I was thinking as I watched it. Like
he does have a way with words. That's
and he
what
did
made him
that,
a great
and
writer.
The fact that I sat next to Tom for 11 years, 12 years in the press box, I had just tweeted and said, this game's 1-0, but it feels like 10-0 because Snell is pitching so well, blah, blah. And then he texted me, this is the most lopsided game, 1-0 game in history.
Yeah.
It was. But there they were with the bases loaded and, down a run, and Terang struck out. And that was it. But they had a chance to win that. And if that changed, you win game one. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, that one play or that would have changed the course of history. Didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, if the Brewers do lose this series, it's not even going to be in the top 10 of our all-time kicks to the nads.
No,
it's not. It just isn't. Like it's not going to be. No, it's not going to be anywhere near the Packers in Seattle or like Badger Rose Bowl losses and stuff like that. Not even close. Not even close. Keep them coming. 877-794-1973.
Keep sending us your pets for segment sponsorships.
We might have a picture of Fredo to sponsor our live feed today.
Okay.
As we move forward.
With Adam Pawlak.
Adam Pawlak is going to join us. Let's take a quick break, and we might get some bonus Adam as we move forward. We are hanging out with you. You're hanging out with us. We're glad you're here. Talking text line never closes. 877-794-1973. Also want to remind folks on the way out that Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin is the best in the industry. They've taken care of my hip. If you have any problems structurally, if you have any problems with your knees, hips, back, spine, shoulder, I was talking to our buddy Jeff Cirillo the other day, and he needs a shoulder procedure because he's really hurting. He was playing basketball with his kids and it got hurt playing basketball. He's a pickleball maven, but his shoulder's hurting and he thinks he's going to need surgery. And I say, hey, man, come to Milwaukee, come to Wisconsin, come to Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. They are the best in the business for bone, joint, and spine care, from injury to recovery, everything you need. They all got it there in one roof. World-class care, world-class facilities, the best surgeons around. OrthoWisconsin.com is the website. Check them out. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. You're listening to Drew and KB. Drew and KB bringing it to you on this Wednesday in the good land. We love us some Iron Jock. You should as well. This fall weather, perfect for the best hoodie on the planet, Iron Jock's hoodie. Now through October 19th, take 30% off your hoodie purchase with the code hoodie30. Plus, Iron Jock will even throw in a free beanie hat. Why? Because they can. Go to ironjock.com, ironjoc.com. The code is hoodie30. That's hoodie30.
Indeed, it is.
We don't have a pet this segment. We're back to Murph.
Yeah, this segment of the show is brought to you by our buddy Murph.
All right,
Murph, who is
Brian Murphy.
Brian Murphy. Murph was one of the greats. When I was playing in a hard rock band, in a classic rock band, Murph was our tour manager, even though the tour never really went any farther than Plymouth. But he was he would guitar tech for me, and Murph is just an all-around great guy. Manages Pat McCurdy. So if you ever want to book Pat, just get in touch with us, and we'll put you in touch with Murph. And he's Murph is a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. 877-794-1973 gets you through to the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Hunter Baumgart is here hanging out with us. Adam Pawlak's coming up at 4, but we've got Paul Wagner on deck to join the program. And lo and behold, there he is. There he is. Paul Wagner, the Wizard of Washington County, pitching coach of the Lake Country Dockhounds, former big leaguer and longtime friend of the Drew and KB program, joins us today. Wags, how you doing?
After our discussion, I got a little upset again. So you know what? These Brewer losses are gouging me pretty hard, and I'm not happy. And every time I talk to somebody different, it resurfaces anger.
I can understand it. Where's the line for you between bad offensive approaches, a bad offensive game plan, and tipping your cap for a well-pitched game? Because I thought Blake Snell pitches about as good as you can pitch, and then the Brewers made Yamamoto look really good last night.
I'm not. You guys have to. You have to adjust, especially at the big league level. You don't have to adjust game to game, pitcher to pitcher. You have to adjust pitch to pitch. And if you can't do it pitch to pitch, which is a little tough, he mixed it up and he unpatterned himself. He won that game. But a big league hitter has to make an adjustment at an at bat. And if a guy like a Caleb Durbin or someone like that is telling us that Blake Snell's changeup arm side down and away to a righty was just unhittable, you've got to adjust and realize that's unhittable after that first at bat.
Well, the Brewers, and we just went through the gruesome stats, in 2 games of the series, they've had 2 plate appearances with runners in scoring position. Both came in the 9th inning of a game they lost. One was a walk by Yelich, which I thought might spring him onto something. And in the last 3 games, they've had 4 at-bats with runners in scoring position. And Wags, it's the old saw we've been talking about. The last 2 games the Brewers won in the playoffs, they scored all their runs on homers. and home runs do play in the postseason. People who say that are not wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause with this level
There
of pitching,
was-
how do you get 4 hits or 5 hits in an inning? Like we used to joke about when you were with the Brewers, that was an offense where it took them 4 hits to score a run, and that might not even do it.
Right. It is. It's tough. It is the old cliche. Good pitching and good defense wins in postseason play. And people will roll their eyes and what's the difference between postseason play or playoff baseball than any other game that's played during the year. It's just different. It is just different. And we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, me and you, when we talked. Pitching is so it like turns that notch up. And you look at what Blake Snell does and the Cy Youngs he's won in Tampa and in San Diego, and he's a pitcher. He makes adjustments. He's smart. He's educated. And you tip your hat to him because he punches out 10 guys in 8 innings, and he learned and he made his adjustment and he went with his game plan and he won. You looking for the home run ball? The home run ball is usually a mistake pitch, right? Good pitchers try to eliminate mistakes, and Yamamoto and Blake Snell eliminated bad pitches as best they could. Yamamoto gives up the first one to Churio in the first inning, but after that he realizes, hey, this is what I have to do, and I guess that's the way you look at it. Home runs are mistake pitches.
Talking to Paul Wagner here, Drew and KB. Brewers facing a 2-0 deficit as they head to Chavez Ravine. What would your pitching plan be for the Brewers? Wags, we were talking offline about how big, and we've almost forgotten about how big the Woodruff absence is. But not having him, they've been using openers. It's kind of the new way of baseball. That's why what the Dodgers did the last night, having a guy go 8 and then 9 innings, is completely like a throwback to the 80s, right? It's like Jack Morris walked out there again. But what would you do if you're the Brewers, knowing what they're up against, that they have to win, knowing what the Dodgers lineup is? How would you approach it? Would you go opener and then Miz, opener Quintana to start? What would the Paul Wagner manage? If you're the pitching coach, what would you be suggesting for the Brewers?
Man, it is a tough call. The Woodruff loss is tough. It's another piece. It's a veteran piece who you would have liked to, especially the way he made his last 10 or 12 starts after coming back and showed us that he could pitch and didn't have to overpower people. So it's a missing piece that there's no crying in baseball. They're not Dave Roberts. Doc isn't over in the other dugout saying, "Oh, the poor Brewers don't have Woodruff." So I don't know. I guess I got to look at numbers. I got to look at who's got experience, who's got positive results against my main hitters. I'm facing the Los Angeles Dodgers. The one guy, you take a look at that lineup in your meeting and you say, we cannot let Ohtani beat us. We cannot let Freddie Freeman beat us. We will take our chances with Max Muncy, or we will take our chances with Mookie Betts. We will take our chances with the bottom of the order, the Will Smiths, all those guys.
Those are the guys
Who
that
has
killing the
best?
Brewers right now. Though.
Yes,
The bottom of the
and
order.
that's the problem. Yes, and that is the problem.
Having connectivity issues there.
Freddie Freeman, obviously the leadoff homer. It's tough. I got to eliminate those guys. If the bottom of the order beats me, if Joey Ortiz and Caleb Durbin beat you, you tip your hat. You have to, because you can't defend 9 guys.
Because Ohtani has been struggling like mightily throughout the playoffs, and he's always a threat, right? Because that's, again, goes back to the home run thing. You make a mistake to that guy, he's going to hit it out of the yard, right? But he's been struggling. So a lot of people are like, don't walk him to get the bats. It's kind of like a pick your poison thing. That's what it's about, having those 2 studs in the lineup.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
well, like you said, they're 2 studs. And like you said, Ohtani hasn't done anything, but he's Ohtani, and you walk him. Guy gets on base, a guy steals a base, a guy tags up and goes to third. There's a base open. You don't even face him. He could be 0 for 100, and you're still going to walk Ohtani in a second and third with the base open to try to get the force play. It's just, they're that good.
Yeah, that makes some sense. It's interesting that both series are 2-0 as they get ready for the ALCS to fire up tonight.
Think about it. If he had left Snell in, they would have gone 2 complete games.
Yeah, and then
I mean that's crazy.
But it's also the great recipe
Yeah.
because the soft underbelly of the Dodgers is the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you want to get to because they blew more saves this year than any other team. It's solidified in the back end of the season, but they did blow more saves.
Exactly. And that's why you need Tyler Glass. Now, I don't care if my first at bat guys take 6-7 pitches. You've got to get him out because you look at when that bullpen comes in. That's unfortunate. That's where you've got to beat this team. There's no 3 innings for a starter and he's out. He's going the duration. Knock him out early and get to that bullpen and score some points because Tyler Glasnow's got to get knocked out quick.
Isn't it? I mean, think about it. Because I was listening. I'm trying to think of one of the. It was one of the national guys was saying that Dave Roberts only trusts about 3 guys in his bullpen. So it's great that he could get starters to go 9.
Exactly.
That's the way you beat that.
Exactly. Well, Wags, someone was saying that they. On the text line, it's running like a river. Thank you to all our texters. You guys are awesome, keeping us entertained with your pet picks and your food stuff and your takes on the Brewers. But someone said they were disappointed with the Brewers' approach that they weren't working the count more and stuff. Yamamoto threw 111 pitches in 9 innings, 81 of them strikes. And we've seen this before. When you face elite pitching, it's like it's a great idea. Take strikes. Well, what do averages do when you're down 0-2 or 1-2 in the count? He's not missing. Right. And that's the thing. So the Brewers were chasing more than they chase. And but still 111 and 81 Wags like that's, I would tell guys to go up there first thing you see, square it up. That's just me.
Yeah. And with that split finger, that's the split finger, as you know, what hitters do is it's a 60 feet, 6 inches. You break it down into thirds, or a majority of them break them down into thirds. The first 20 feet, the second 20 feet, and then the last 20 feet. When a guy throws that split finger, it's strike, ball in that last 20. That adjustment of that last 5 to 10 feet is a tough. And when you throw that split finger, you can't sit on it because he can come back with 96, 97, 99. Same with Blake Snell. He comes arm side and he throws that changeup. The first 40 feet of that pitch and release looks like a strike. And the next thing you know, he pulls the string and it's a changeup and it's down and away and you swing and miss. Or again, Blake Snell can throw 97 too. So you can't just sit on that. It's tough.
Wags, yesterday in the pregame, you can imagine the press box in the cafeteria, people were still talking about the double play the Brewers turned in game 1, the 8-6-2. And I was talking to your former teammate and our buddy, Jeff Cirillo, and then Doug Glanville came by and they were talking about it. And both of those guys were pretty good baseball players, pretty good, smart base runners. And they both said that although you're coached and you're from Little League to go as soon as the ball hits the glove, Rillo said he would have panicked and he would have done what Teoscar Hernandez did. He said, I would have panicked. I know I would have panicked. And it was that play. I told KB earlier, that's the play that you're always going to remember, like the rest of your life. You're going to remember that double play and how weird it was and how there were like 3 guys on the field knew what was going on. And they were all guys who touched the ball for the Brewers, like Frelick, Ortiz, and Contreras. And I'll give Terang credit because he was yelling at Ortiz to throw home. But what did you think when you saw that happen? It was a 404-foot grounded into double play. We'll never see that again.
I thought, again, I'm with Rillo. I would have been like, what the hell is going on? The biggest thing that I was very surprised with is when they soloed on that left field line umpire, and he was probably off the line, maybe 20 feet into left field, and he made the safe call. Like he noticed it and he called it right after it hit Frelick's glove and then hit the wall and then he bobbled it. He called the safe sign right away. That was so impressive because watching it fast and watching the guys and first base coaches, the other dugout, it was a soup mess. It was a mess.
Yeah. I mean, that was a bad play by the Dodgers. But here's the thing. Like we said before, the Brewers got to the 9th inning, down by a run, bases loaded, a blue pit wins the game for them, right? If that play is another, 4 inches out of Sal Frelick's reach, it's not even close. And the Dodgers have won 2 blowout games. Game
of inches, like you said, 4 inches that way. If if who came in? Trinan, who came in and threw the slider that almost hit whatchamajigger Terang's knee. If that's another inch in, boom, that's a run. Game of inches. We've said it forever. Baseball is a game of inches.
That's another thing. We talked to Rock about this yesterday. Wags. People are saying, "Oh, let it hit you." Like, come on, you're up there to try to hit. You're all geared up for a pitch, and then you're like, "Oh, wait, I got to let this hit me." Like, it's instinct to get out of the way. There's no way you can say, "Let it hit you." Right, Wags? Like, you played. That's just not.
No, exactly. That's like when a guy gets hit. If a guy gets hit by a pitch, you can't like, you don't fake it. If you get hit, you get hit. It may not look like it to you from one dugout or the other dugout or anything like that. But when you get hit and you see a guy flipping his fingers or rubbing his or something, you can't fake stuff like that. And instincts are instincts. Your job is to hit the ball, drive runs in. Your job isn't really to get up there and get hit with the ball, but it would have helped.
Yeah, absolutely. Wags, good stuff. It's looking bleak for the Brewers, but Murph's win tonight thing, the Woodpeckers thing, the goal now is get 2 out of 3 and make them come back to Milwaukee.
KB,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Champions fear no one.
Champions fear no one, but it's looking gentleman's sweep.
They're going to have to get off the deck to win a game, I think. But if game 3 is the chance. We're coming around to the idea, Wags, that tomorrow's an elimination game. Kitchen sink, because if you lose tomorrow, it's over.
You're right. And KB soon may have to go up to the pub, up at the Blackstone. They may have to pour a couple hard old fashions.
Oh, baby. Let's get it. Wags, thanks for joining us. We will catch up with you next week.
All right, boys.
All right.
Sounds good, boys. Be good.
Paul Wagner. DocHounds.com for the Lake Country Dockhounds. You got to go see some ball. Next summer, they had a great season. Our buddy Brian texted the program from the Dockhounds the other day. He's a great dude, and all those people at the Dockhounds are cool, and Wags does a good job as their pitching coach. All right, 877-794-1973 to the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. Adam Pawlak's warming up. He's in the green room already. Our food questions start with, give us a conventionally accepted food that a lot of people like that you can't stand. We're having some fun with that. KB and I are on the team anti-black olives and black licorice. Ugh. Drew and KB.
Can I marry you? If tonight is bottoms up, throw it on down, rock this quiet little country town.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1969.
Low-budget film Easy Rider captures the public imagination with a soundtrack by Steppenwolf, the Byrds, and the Electric Prunes. The Woodstock Music and Art Fair is held August 15th through 18th on Max Yasgur's farm in Bethel. 32 of the biggest bands of the day played to a crowd estimated at 500,000. The event is later released as a movie and album. And with the boost from their appearance at Woodstock, San Francisco band Santana hits the top 10 with their debut album, Evil Ways. The festival undoubtedly immortalized Jimi Hendrix and ushered in the era of large rock concerts and arena rock bands. Also in October, Led Zeppelin have their only U.S. top 10 hit when Whole Lotta Love reaches number 4.
I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you my love. Oh, whole lot of love.
The Allman Brothers Band released their debut album on Capricorn Records to good reviews but limited sales. And 7 years after his last number one, Elvis Presley tops the charts with Suspicious Minds.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1969. Coming up.
iHeartRadio.
Here are the top Bryan Adams songs that you've thumbed up. Number 3, Run to You.
When it gets too much, I need to feel your touch. I'm gonna run to you. I'm gonna run to you. 'Cause when the feeling's right, I'm gonna run all night. I'm gonna run to you.
Number 2, Heaven.
Baby, you're all I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
Number 1, Summer of '69.
Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that it lasts forever. Oh, when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life.
Hear more from Bryan Adams and similar artists now. Search for Bryan Adams on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Bryan Adams to discuss why teamwork is really the key to making good music.
What I have realized, and I realized this a long time ago, is that I'm not an island. You know, I think I'm a good captain of a team. You know, and so that I really have to put together the best team I can, and you know what it takes to get to the Rugby World Cup. Got to have the right guys, and it's the same for making music. You got to put together a sort of entourage of people, not only that you get on with creatively, but that you like, and then you'll make good music. That's how I've always been.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Bryan Adams and all your favorite artists.
Oh, red wine. God.
It's Drew and KB, the show you didn't know you can't live without, bringing it to you on this Wednesday in the good land. Hey, KB, when's the last time we were at American Place? We need to get back down there.
Well, I was down there on a Saturday a while back, and for when they opened the poker room, the Harbor Room, and I was down there, and Zeus was kind of nice to me, not really nice to me, but the poker room is pretty kick-ass.
When you don't win with Zeus and you try to go over to Neptune, sometimes you can win. Those are our two favorite slot machines, by the way. Check out American Place Casino just over the state line in Lake County, Illinois. It's go check them out in Waukegan. It's an easy drive. A lot of stuff around the area around American Place, but you don't need to leave once you get in there because they got the Circus Sportsbook, the Harbor Poker Room. They've got La American. They've got North Shore Steak and Seafood with one of the best wine lists around. They also have Asia Azteca Fusion Restaurant. We got to talk to Adam Pawlak in a minute about fusion restaurants where you can order, if you can't decide, I want Asian food, I want Mexican food, get them both. Order them. They brought us like a conveyor belt of food last time we were there, and we had all these different dishes, and it was so good. So check that out. And then one thing about going there is you can bet against Chicago teams, which is always fun when there's people walking around with Bears jerseys on or Bulls jackets and stuff. But you can also bet on the University of Wisconsin. They'll take your action because it's over the state line. It's not in the state, so you can bet on Badgers games. So feel free to avail yourself of everything that's happening at American Place Casino. We have good friends down there. It's always a good vibe. Check them out at AmericanPlace.com.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537.
All right, we're getting a lot of submissions for early for Adam Pawlak, who is our friend and is going to be with us momentarily. And we're asking just a quirky question. Is there any conventionally accepted food that you hate that other people like? And, you have to
up in the burner phone at 715 says mushrooms and peanut butter cups, and I'm thinking together. Yeah, that's got to be nasty.
That would be awful. Like mushrooms on pancakes.
No, I mean individually.
Oh, yeah. Individually, but together. Oh my goodness, that's fancy. That's pretty classic. At the ballpark the other night, Hunter was jealous because I went down to the right field corner where they have kind of the 3rd Street Market. I got myself a delicious torta, the Mexican sandwich, a steak torta. Hunter's like, I got to get one of those.
That looks good.
Oh,
you did. You went and got the torta.
The torta was spectacular. Yeah, it was.
I got the
very filling.
brisket last night, and the meat was good, but they just. I mean, I don't like a lot of sauce. I don't like it dripping with sauce.
Yeah.
Because if you have a good piece of brisket,
You want the smokiness
Adam's
of the
out.
meat.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll
Yeah,
talk
to
about
Adam
this
about
later.
that,
Yeah.
But
But the sauce they put on was really hot, and spicy, and it kind of bummed me out because I
so
wasn't expecting it.
well, here's the thing: inside baseball, when we're in the press box, a lot of times we can buy a meal for like $10, and it's usually decent. Salad bar, and there's like the 2 entree choices, and sometimes a soup thing, and it's not horrible based on ballpark food. And we do pay for it, by the way, but they don't have that because there's so many people covering these high fashion masses, these playoff games. So you kind of got to go out to the concession stands. So last night, when you go to the ballpark, you don't thinking about eating a baked potato, but I got a broccoli cheese baked potato at the ballpark.
It looked pretty good.
It was pretty good. And it reminded me that, in the winter when you don't know what to make for dinner, baked potato is a solid meal.
If you load it up,
put your toppings on and go to town. That's a good dinner.
Indeed it is.
Absolutely. All right. So speaking of food, our pal Adam Pawlak, chef to the stars. Get your questions ready. 877-794-1973. You got Drew and KB on the game. Welcome in, smart and good-looking listeners. I'm Drew Wilson. I'm joined by KB.
What is going on, brother man?
KB's got his Dropkick Murphys hockey jersey on.
I do.
We got Hunter Baumgart behind the glass, pushing the buttons and keeping us on the air, helping us monitor the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line 877-794-1973. And we welcome to the guest, our chef to the stars, proprietor of Egg and Flour Restaurant in Bayview, and the star of several national cooking shows, including Hell's Kitchen. What season was it?
19.
Beat Bobby Flay, Cutthroat Kitchen, Adam Pawlak, our returning champion.
You're my hype up guy. You need
Back
to know.
with us. Yes, indeed. I need to know season
It's
19.
going to bring you around to places when I enter the room and you can just do that.
I'll just do the intro. Amazing.
What's
How
up,
you doing, man?
people?
Adam is brought to us by Miller High Life, the champagne of beer since 1903.
They haven't bailed on us. We
And
love them.
my companion for many a night. The champagne of
And
beers.
days.
Love the clear bottle.
Remember.
Love the girl in the moon. We love us some Miller Lite. Drink it early and often. And if you see us and you want to buy us one, we'll never turn it down. All right. So Adam, one of the things we've been asking people today, it came to my brain and I want to throw it out there. We're asking people for conventionally accepted foods that are widely eaten that they can't stand. And we've gotten some interesting
Green
some,
beans.
pickles, green beans.
Sure.
It started because I have a friend who just despises and gets kind of ill when he even sees or thinks of pumpkin pie.
Really weird.
Yeah, because I love pumpkin pie.
The three things that I don't like like that I just stay away. Well, I'll give you 4, and this is a hot take as well. Here we go. Pickled mushrooms that people put on in drinks or for
the Bloody Mary things?
Whatever.
Yeah.
They suck. It's disgusting.
I like those.
No, stop it.
Well, I mean, don't eat them by the handful. I mean,
Well, yeah, you just like
Yeah,
the
because you
occasional.
can't, because you're gonna get sick.
They're
and you're gonna hate
gross.
it. Yeah, they're gross.
floating in a drink. They're
Blue cheese,
See, I don't mind that either.
ranch.
Ranch dressing.
Whoa.
Yep.
How do you live in the Midwest?
All right,
how have you,
And
how
my
have you not
last
been
one,
pushed to the
we've talked
coast?
about this already. I don't care what people think. And my last one, the biggest hot take of them all. I can't stand them. I don't eat them. Deviled eggs.
Oh.
I like that. Well, that's
the only time you can eat
That's-
6
You
eggs.
said black olives. I mean, those
I know,
are pretty
no.
standard.
I know, but I mean, deviled eggs. It's like deviled eggs. I eat deviled eggs around the holidays when they put them out. It's like you don't realize that you've just eaten 6 eggs.
I just can't stand the texture, and I don't want that much egg flavor all at once.
Okay.
So we're looking for stuff that you don't like that is conventionally accepted that people like. Everybody's got something. We're anti-black. Black licorice, black olives. I don't like.
No black olives. Huh?
No black olives.
Okay.
I mean, I don't go crazy if there's a couple of them in a taco dip, or maybe on top of a pizza. But I don't
Where
pursue
else
them.
do you use
And
them?
I don't eat the green olives either.
No, I
For
don't
that
like any
reason.
olives.
I don't
The
like.
whole
Really?
the whole concept of the olive bar at
No,
Metro
that
Market
hurts.
escapes me.
See, and you make me seem crazy for not liking blue cheese and ranch, but
I didn't say no ranch. You're crazy. Blue cheese. I
Well,
can't.
and ranch is more than accepted in the
beverage.
Midwest. It is. They have it in those fountains, and you just lay under.
I
it and
mean,
just drink.
ranch, and it's really weird. The thing is like people like ranch with a lot of other unhealthy things. I actually don't mind ranch if it's with like vegetables, like crisp raw vegetables. I like that, but I don't need to dip my pizza in it. I don't need to dip chicken nuggets in
It
it.
is. It is overexposed in the Midwest. I will say that.
Sure.
I mean, on a salad, you would. That's not your first choice of salad dressing.
No, never.
All right. What's your first choice? Your go-to salad
Caesar.
dressing? Caesar.
Yep. Then we're gonna do like just like an Italian vinaigrette.
I was going to say you do the oils and the.
Yeah, of course.
Sue makes her own homemade ranch dressing. It's pretty damn good,
I
and it's
mean,
not.
but that's different. It's a
and it's
little
not
bit
thick and gloppy.
So
It's
I
a little
I
thinner.
consider that something else then.
Okay.
Not like ranch. If people say, "Oh, I make my own ranch," like no, it's not ranch. Then it's just like a salad dressing. Ranch is very sticky and gluey and all that. But the one thing I do like in that world, which is hilarious, maybe once a year I'll try, is French dressing.
Oh, okay.
I
used to eat that as a kid. It was my favorite, and then I kind of my daughter.
It's a
used
little
to tell me
tangy.
this. My daughter used to tell me this that like my taste buds have changed. So there might be
Well, then-
foods you hate as a kid that you eat now,
or
and
vice
What's
versa.
Yeah.
what's the difference between French dressing and Russian dressing aside from geographic location?
French and Russian.
Yeah.
Well, the French doesn't have. It's not like cream based.
Okay, and the Russian is
The Russian dressing's like mayo, ketchup,
okay.
the pickles, that kind of stuff.
Russian
I feel
dressing
like.
is like think like Reuben type stuff.
Yeah,
right?
essentially.
Well, that's
like
Thousand Island.
That's like the Russian dressing. Still.
Okay, well,
It's kind
the
of-
thing that
French dressing is just you should look up what the recipe is or what the ingredients are in French dressing on like a bottle, not like a homemade one because it'll be completely different. But it's interesting.
I'll have French now. I think. Well, it's not really French. I think it's called Western. You know, it's got to have the horns.
That checks out.
It's
That
got
checks
to.
out.
It's got to have
Western.
the horns.
All right. So newbie Natalie said, "I don't like root beer, and most people do."
I love it.
I mean, I love it. I like the root beer barrels. I can't remember the last time I drank a root beer. Sprecher root beer is made right in Milwaukee. It's delicious.
You know what I like to do? Root beer and vodka shots.
Ooh,
It's amazing, and it
Those
would probably
Central
be good as
Standard
a-
vodka shots.
Yeah, and it'd probably be a good mixed drink, but root beer shots with alcohol in it are amazing, and I don't really do that.
Fantastic. Adam, you were at game 1 of the Brewers playoff series. Was that true? Or were you at game 5? Which one were you at?
Oh man, what was
You
it?
were-
It was
you had a gig
I
on
was
that.
at a few. I was not at the one on Saturday, whatever that was. Yeah, I was not
Clincher.
at 5. Yeah,
That
I
You
was
were in
not at 5.
Chicago.
No, I was at the Improv in Milwaukee watching one of my favorite comedians, Bobby Lee.
But you were in Chicago for a game.
Oh yes, I was in Chicago for the
Last week, you
first
called us
away
Wednesday.
game. Yes,
Yes,
I was
you
talking
did.
to you guys. I was at Cozy Noodle getting ready to eat some Chinese
Yeah.
food.
Okay. Now Brad in the 920 potato salad. Yuck.
Sure, I mean whatever.
John from Kenosha, boiled peanuts. That's not like a conventionally accepted
Yeah, no.
food in the South, maybe, but not in the
Very
no.
specific.
And that's nasty. Why do you want soggy peanuts?
I was about to get on the plane and go to LA just for tomorrow and the next day.
What
Travel
stopped
with
you?
the team.
Oh, you can jump on the team.
Other
Yeah, there you
things
go.
to do.
Chris in the Bend says beets just taste like dirt.
That's false.
Like I know a lot of
If
people.
you rip a can of beets, sure, but if it's done right, they can be absolutely delicious.
My wife loves the beet salad, and they have a beet grinder at Camino in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
it's just
they've had
really
that
good.
since day one.
Yeah, since day one. That's a pretty.
I mean,
good
I always tell people, you take your beets, you put olive oil, salt, and pepper, maybe a little clove of garlic, and wrap them in foil, just like you're doing baked potatoes or whatever, and then get the skin off of them. So good.
All right, from the 715, what can a guy like Adam do to fancy up a hot dog? We've had people. That's Derek and De Pere. We've had people ask that before, and it's funny because I've mentioned him 3 times
So
now.
many
But
things.
yesterday, I caught up with our buddy, the icon, Jeff Cirillo, former Brewers All-Star third baseman. He's in the press box because he's a Mariners scout, and he's wearing a cheesy mustache now because the Mariners thing is mustache Mariners. So it's like a playoff beard, but everybody's got mustaches. Not a good look for Rillo. He looks a little bit like a poor man's Ron Burgundy. But because like I said, at the press box, we usually have a meal up there, and you can like 2 entrees, and you can order what you want, and you pay $10 and you get a pretty good meal to cover the game.
Yeah.
During the postseason, they don't have that. They used to do box lunches with like a turkey sandwich and an apple and a cookie. They don't do that anymore either. So you just go to the concession stands, and Cirillo had himself a loaded Polish sausage, and he said it was such a gut bomb. He goes, I don't know if I'm going to make it through the game. I'm going to fall asleep. It was heavy and thick. So what would Adam use to top a hot dog and make it special?
I mean, if we're talking about just topping and making it special, there's tons of things. I was going to say to up your hot dog game at home is actually, they have them in New Jersey called the splitter or the ripper, and you actually fry the hot dog until it splits open. Amazing.
That's good stuff.
But I love chili cheese dogs. I love like a lot of spice with them. So like the jarred like pickled peppers and stuff like that, making a relish with that. So get like like roasted red peppers, some pepperoncinis, little hots, all that kind of stuff.
Have you
chop them up?
The Vanguard in Bayview, we're not far from your place.
Yeah.
Vanguard does a kimchi sausage that's pretty good, and you gotta like kimchi. That's probably not that's not common. It's probably something that a lot of people,
but we're
United
hyping
States
up
palates
dogs.
don't like it. So, but kimchi dog's good.
Yeah, I would tell people to roll through like the jarred and canned section of a grocery store for condiments and whatnot, and start building dogs like that. I think a hot dog with like buffalo sauce or hot sauce, and I don't like blue cheese. But
When I
for
was
other
in,
people.
this goes years and years ago, when I was in Austria, I got what was probably close to one of their bratwurst that they would have over there. And it was served with ketchup, but on top of the ketchup was curry powder. And that's pretty damn good.
Sure, like a curry dog, yeah.
But it's like a curry dog, but it was like in the
curry is
condiment.
toasted, yeah.
But it was the powder like you would shake out.
Sure.
All right. So Dan in Germantown on the talking text line. Thanks for following us over, Dan. Not a specific food, but I don't like eating food from food trucks. Au contraire, my friend. I love food trucks.
Yeah, that's
late night, early night food. There's food trucks at AmFam Field.
There's great food trucks out there. I don't know why you wouldn't.
There are.
They almost have to follow more rules than actual restaurants.
Well, they did it.
True.
They sent the health departments out to restaurants in New York, and the hot dog carts were cleaner than some of the 5 stars.
Oh, of course.
But the other thing is that the food trucks I always get a kick out of is like, you'll go to Mexico with somebody. It's like if they're eating here and the fork drops on the floor, they absolutely flip out and they need, new silverware and everything like that. But then they're rolling around in a Mexican town eating out of a truck. It's like, okay, so you trust that? You trust that?
Well, food trucks are held to high standards.
But not necessarily in Mexico. You don't know what their health department is.
I
don't
see them cooking a chicken. Like, okay, our buddy Johnny Vegas is a little skeevy. When you go to the places on the street that have the fresh fruit that they turn into juices, and they use their arm to stir the juice, he's like, I'm not drinking that.
Nor would I. Nor would I.
And Adam,
that reminds me
what say you, Adam? I mean,
that reminds me
people
of
like Adam are the cleanest people when it comes to food prep, because they know it's in their DNA. I'm sure you get skeevy and wipe every surface that you're ever in contact.
Yeah, the house, even at home, very, very clean and wiped down and organized. But I mean, it just depends. I mean, what you're looking for. I mean,
all right, this is
can't kill you, right?
This is from Back Row Beth, who said, "The food I hate, conventionally accepted. This is going to get you, Adam. Brace yourself."
Pasta.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh, very specific. I mean, that's
which is not Italian, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Alfredo
really-
is not Italian.
Yeah, no. Real Alfredo is Parmesan
you
cheese
know.
and melted butter. There's no cream. There's no milk. No, and there's no garlic either.
Yeah. So you're not gonna, if you go
sure
in Italy, you try and order.
I wonder if she just had a bad experience or if she just
You
can't
gotta
stand it.
wonder.
Because I mean, it's just heavy cream, cheese, and garlic. It's not really that.
It's not.
bad.
Yeah,
like
if you have it badly made, anything can be bad and turn you off of that.
I'm just saying
Nathaniel-
it's harder to take a dish and be like, yeah, I don't like that dish other than an ingredient, you know?
Nathaniel said, my wife hates oranges. Like, who doesn't like a nice glass of OJ or a nice juicy orange? Nope, she can't stand them. I used to drink orange juice and you thought it was healthy, and then you found out it was like, what, more sugar than three
Sugar
Cokes, right? So it's not the healthiest thing. That was KB again. We've been manipulated, and now we're manipulated by AI and stuff, but we were manipulated by the orange growing industry to tell us that it was a healthy way to start your day when it's not really. Drink 8 tablespoons of sugar to start your day. Wasn't
Unless you
necessarily-
squeeze it yourself.
Yeah, that's true. And who does that?
Not a lot of
Not a lot of
You
people.
know what? When you said, they squeeze it and they stir it with their whole arm, all I can think of is the movie. No, all I can think of is the movie Vacation, the first Vacation movie when they go see Cousin Eddie and the kid's got his hand stirring the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
It's all the way up to the elbow.
Yeah.
And you need a spoon there?
Mike in Milwaukee. The idea of boiled or steamed carrots. I can't do it. The smell, texture, and taste makes me want to vomit. Roast them in the oven. We're good to go.
Very specific. All right. I mean,
You know
I don't
what?
know who's boiling carrots off and just serving them up. But
I was going to say, like, that's
I feel like people are getting ruined because of the experience.
because of the way their grandparents cooked or something, like when
Yeah.
we're from the old country and we boiled everything back in the day.
right. Or steaming. I mean, no one's steaming carrots, I don't think. You know?
No, steaming broccoli. Matt in Milwaukee said, I hate peanut butter. Matt, I don't know if we can be friends. I love peanut butter and everything. It's my
Fine.
favorite.
These are just something. I mean,
Well, these
I
are
can't-
opinions, but
yeah, I can't say anything. I
but-
said I don't like.
But like
ranch.
we said, we're asking people for foods that are conventionally
love it.
accepted that most people love that you can't stand.
We're just making people really mad
We have-
listening to us.
And we have a friend who is,
Excuse me,
he's anti-cake. And so every year
How
on
are
his
you
birthday,
anti-cake?
I have a friend that's anti-birthday cake.
he's
Whether it's true
anti-cake.
or false.
He's anti every cake, but on his birthday, he'll get a pie. You do you, right? That's what we always say.
I wonder why they don't like the cake. Too much frosting or the I mean, who doesn't like a square of cake, especially if it's been sitting out for a few hours and it's kind of dried up?
I love good buttercream frosting. You know, when you get that big sheet cake and they get the good buttercream
Oh,
frosting, and then they always cut the squares off.
And it
But then
makes
there's
your
the
whole mouth blue.
but then around the outside is the frosting.
It's
board,
even heavier. Yeah,
the
yeah.
frosting border. I'll just go there with a finger and just
Yeah.
take out a whole side.
Yeah.
Ginny,
After they take pictures. of
Ginny
course.
from Naples said, and this is one I'm sure a lot of people, this is almost where there are more people on her team than the conventional is flipped. Anchovies.
Yeah, I think people just don't get to experience them enough. But a lot of people also don't know how much anchovies are used that they probably don't know. And
Oh,
it's
I love
just used
Caesar
for
salad,
other-
but I hate anchovies. Well, have you had a real Caesar salad?
yeah, a real one. As long as they're not like dropping an anchovy on top of the salad just whole. That just doesn't make sense to me. But
we,
I mean, you can make pasta sauces and different sauces and soups and use it as a base. It really makes it.
C-Shot
Lots
said,
of-
I hate Velveeta cheese.
Okay,
Well, that's not even really cheese.
That's not that conventional. I mean,
It's not conventional. Well, it's like, it's a niche.
the block of
We-
plastic, heat it up.
We
stir
need
in the
Hunter
pasta.
Baumgart to weigh in. Hunter Baumgart, who eats healthier than all of us put together. Hunter, what is the food that you won't touch?
That I will not at all touch.
Yes.
Bacon strips.
Liver.
Bacon strips?
Liver. Well,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
there's more people on your team, and most people
I would
haven't
think
had
so.
properly cooked liver.
But it's just
Yeah.
like, and people enjoy it, but I just can't get myself to try it.
I'm gonna make
Oh.
some for you.
All right. Well, now that's the thing, because you might have a food aversion to a food you've never tried, like KB with the right Brussels sprouts prepared the right way, the
No.
way they do at many restaurants.
We had Brussels sprouts from that place when we were on the boat, and I had one and hated it, but then I ate everything it was cooked in because that was fantastic.
That's pretty.
The sprout ruined it. And not the sprout, your daughter.
No,
which
yeah.
is her
Well, yeah.
nickname, but no.
Chris said, I also have a friend who's anti-cake, but the band, not the dessert.
Yeah, no.
That's the misdirection of the dream.
Here's one. 608 raw tomatoes are the worst. I am not a huge raw tomato fan, but I love red sauce.
Well,
and there's a lot of people that
different.
are like that too.
Well, raw tomatoes are great. They just have to be in season. They have to be good, and they have
Yeah,
to be
I get it. If
dialed up a little
if
bit.
they're not like perfectly ripe and they're mealy or something, I get it.
Have you ever done the mayo and then tomato sandwich with the black pepper and salt and the white bread?
I have done that, and
bread?
I have a friend who, a dear friend of mine, who is a fan of the radish sandwich. He likes radishes on a sandwich.
Yeah, if they're really, really thin and they have like it's pretty much like radish, black pepper, salt, and butter.
Yeah. That's his method. Yeah,
I'm good on that.
All right. Got questions for Adam? Let us know.
Yeah, give me all the questions. Let's go,
877-794-1973. And then Scott in Cottage Grove. Shout out to Scott. He said Bobby Flay loves the anchovy breadcrumbs.
That's good.
Well, that adds an extra. You need
It's
some
like
pop.
salt. Yeah. It's just
pop,
different.
but that's a different.
I love seasoning breadcrumbs in different ways.
Well, I've seen Parmesan. I've seen but
well, think about it. You can make your base with butter or oil, right? And you can put other seasonings and spices and all that. Like you could make barbecued breadcrumbs, right? So you could do like melted butter and chili powder and all the seasonings you do for like a barbecue rub or whatever, and then toss your breadcrumbs in that, and you could put your barbecue breadcrumbs on top of like a buffalo, like barbecue chicken. Or pork chops and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's
420.
And it's 420, and we're talking about food for people. If you know, you know. Gina in the Falls just said she hates baked apples and apple pies. Again, that's against the conventionalism, because what's more American than apple pie? You know what's more American than apple pie? 420. At 420, we pause for the cause. And that cause is to ask at 420, what are you, high?
Are you high?
You're huffing grass?
I think it should just be, you are high.
You should. Yeah, maybe. At 420, this is brought to us, our daily detour. We've been doing this for years. Rob and Chris from happyplacehemp.com hooked us up with this idea. Well, they actually took this idea and sponsored it. And they make the best CBD products that we found anywhere. They make them right out of Muskego, Wisconsin. They ship everywhere in the state. So no matter where you are in the state, you can order their products at happyplacehemp.com and get a 25% discount with Drew and KB as the code. Just use Drew and KB, 25% off every time you go to the well. KB, what do you got for What Are You High story?
Well, there's a girl named Avalon Saf, known to her fans as Lana. Well, where are her fans? Take a guess. They're only fans. Okay. And
only fans.
Yes. And so she's been making a ton of money on a podcast called Sex, Lies, and Streaming. And what she's doing is she's offering a very special service, which she is getting upwards of $200 for every time she does it. Any idea what it is? Well,
No idea.
Okay. Well, the concept might sound out of the box, but in the world of OnlyFans, probably not. Now, she's a stripper by trade.
Trade.
Yeah, by trade. That's her day. Let no one be her day gig, because she's a lot hotter. Well, I mean, Red Hot Tim Knott was asking if I was going to reopen my garage strip club where they do lappers on the back of the third row seat that has been taken out of a Suburban. And I may, but I don't know. Well, anyway, she's an entrepreneur. She's always looking for the angle. She's getting paid upwards of $200 to fart into the camera. And she said, well, obviously she doesn't have smell-o-vision, but she just farts. All she needs is the noise. That's what she says. Making content, and they tip her if she farts, and just, you can video of audible farting.
I would just hit up AI for that. I'd be ripping it
A
all
lot of-
day.
yeah,
This is another thing that AI is going to put out of business.
OnlyFans models selling content?
Farting girls.
Damn
it.
Yes. So she says
Oh, boy.
they'll be doing her boyfriend will,
What is life anymore?
I know it. What is her boyfriend will make content with her, and she says anytime she's making content, he's in the background just howling when people are going fart for me. I don't know how you can do it on demand. I would just have a fart sound, like
They know.
Oh, the fart lovers.
Oh, for sure.
They could pick out a fake fart.
Maybe she's just rapidly eating chili every night.
Now she said, okay, wait. That's not
That's
funny.
our new diet.
That's not funny because I was watching my 600-pound life, and there was a woman. Because my wife and I always like when we watch it, we go, "How do they? They're all on government disability, right? So how did they take care of themselves?" But there was one woman we had to respect her. We had to respect her because she was on OnlyFans, 600-pounder, and she was making money eating cake.
Not for too long.
That's all she would do
That's
is
a short-term
just
job.
is like eat cake with her hands.
Handfuls, yeah. There's people out there that want to watch people eat.
And if you want to watch Japanese women running up hills, all you have to do is
Watch
go to
the
our
stream.
go to our YouTube stream during the break.
We love it. We love it.
So if you're paying upwards of $200 to watch someone fart, all I can say is, "What are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
Oh my goodness.
You're definitely high.
877-794-1973, NicolaLaw.com talk and text line. Adam Pawlak, thank you for dropping in today. Always
Yes.
good to catch up. And we need a picture of Fredo so we can put him as our featured pet. We've been putting people's pets on the stream.
Who do I send it to? Which one of you three?
Just send it to our talk and text line, or you can send it to me.
I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me.
And we're sorry that you don't like fettuccine Alfredo, but
No, I do. That lady does.
the lady doesn't, I know, but Fredo, your dog, is adorable.
He is he's one of a kind.
He really is.
He's a fat wiener dog. He's eating too much Alfredo.
He is.
We took him to the vet. That's a good story. Maybe we'll save that for another time.
Okay.
But all that I know is I left knowing that my dog needs to be 4 pounds lighter.
Oh boy. You have ramps and stuff for him to get up on the couches and all that?
Just one ramp. Yeah, it kind of blends in. Nice gray ramp. I sent him through. There's a spot for you.
That's
There's a
the
few
spot.
pictures.
Heck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fredo's adorable.
Send me a couple. We get
sent you
Fredo.
4.
up there.
We could do a montage of him.
He's adorable. All right. Well, Fredo will make it onto our stream, and we're featuring people's pets because it's fun. Makes us smile. Adam, you make us smile. Thank you for coming in. Thanks to
man.
Miller High Life
Thanks
for
for having me.
sponsoring Adam's
High Life.
visit with us. Live the high life with us, the champion of beer since 1903.
We'll still be together for a while. People,
Yes.
don't give up on us.
Crisp, refreshing, and delicious. We'll talk to Adam next week. When we come back, we're going to talk hockey. Our buddy Jon Greenberg is going to
Yes,
join
we
us.
are.
Oh,
At
nice.
5
Tell him
o'clock.
I said hello.
The postseason push, playoff push is on the air at 5 o'clock. Tim Allen and the Polish Pipe Bomb, Jeff Orlowski, or is it Tim Allen and Hunter Baumgart?
And me.
Oh, Hunter.
And
Yeah,
me.
there you go.
Hunter.
Hunter, you guys got to chop it up. I know you got a lot of sound to run through from last night and just talk about what the Brewers are facing going into Game 3 tomorrow night. Reminder to everybody, we're going to be at Easttown Mall, Buffalo Wild Wings. Love to see you out there. Come watch the Brewers with us. We have Matt LePay, the voice of the Badgers, set to join us. Billy Schmidt will be there. And there's a chance scheduled to appear. Badgers quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. will drop by. Even another reason to stop on by and see us.
And I'll tell you later.
We'll tell you later. Drew and KB.
I'm wonderful. How you guys doing?
We are good. We are good. No question about it. We are rolling through a Wednesday, having some fun, talking to our friends, including an army of smart, good-looking listeners and streamers. We shout out all our streamers. So, Greeny, I know before we talk some puck and the dawn of your home season, I know you've been hard down watching the Brewers and you got to attend a game. What was it like for you to attend a high-level sporting event as a sports executive who works in another sport?
Well, obviously I've been going to lots of Brewer games every year since I've been here. It's a treat for me to be able to go as a fan, and obviously I watch it with a different eye, I think, than some people do. I mean, I find myself still turning around looking to see what's going on in the press box, who's the official scorer for the game, that kind of thing. But the other night, these playoff games, they really are a different animal. You wish that you could create that type of an atmosphere every single night, whether you're, in Major League Baseball or you're, the American Hockey League. You want to try and create that type of an atmosphere. And, yes, the games have not finished the way that any of us in Milwaukee would like, but, to be in that type of an environment, though, is really special.
It is. And you're right. There are times, though, and you're in the ballpark, and Hunter and I point this out. There are times when we expect the crowd to be going crazy and it feels quiet, like the fans are waiting to react rather than being assertive. And there are times when I say to Hunter, this feels like a Tuesday night in June. It doesn't feel like big, and I know it's hard to keep, especially when you're facing pitching that the Brewers have faced of late. It's hard to keep the energy up at a high level all the time. I guess, and that's the difference between your sport is your sport's constantly in motion. There's no between pitches or mound visits, and you guys are just constantly going back and forth. So it's, and fans at baseball games don't bring cowbells, at least in the States.
Maybe they should start. That would 40,000 people with a cowbell might be a bit much, but
yes, it would.
Yeah, but, they've always said that in baseball that the game is the momentum starts 60 feet, 6 inches away from the home plate every single night, and obviously we've seen that in this series. Those pitchers for Los Angeles have been ridiculously good, and that they take all the momentum away. Obviously, every time the Brewers would get a guy on base, you could hear the crowd go crazy. Just this is it. This is when we're going to score, and then all of a sudden you just kind of get shut down again. But hopefully they get out to LA, and I've never known LA crowds to be overly boisterous. Sometimes they show up in the 3rd or 4th inning and they leave in the 7th. But hopefully the Brewers can get it together, and there's a reason why they were the best road team in the league. That this is the time for them to kind of turn it back on again for sure.
Talking to Jon Greenberg, president of the Milwaukee Admirals, here on the Drew and KB program.
So Greeny, I mean, you just started the home opener. I like coming to the home opener, but because isn't that when you usually get the fold out schedule? Isn't that or the schedule
magnet.
The schedule magnet?
Magnets.
Okay, yes,
magnet, yeah.
The schedule magnet. No, but even though I'm a big fan of hockey when it's not cold. I like those shoulder months.
Oh yeah.
Especially
playoff puck when you can go to shorts into the rink.
Well, that's it. But I used to do that out in Arizona all the time, go to Coyotes games. But I did learn quickly that you can't wear shorts because they cool down that arena because of all the old people, in case they need to put them on ice.
Yeah. The ice, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. And yeah, October hockey, there's a lot to be said for that, right, Greeny? I mean, come on, it's underway.
Yes, we're still underway, and technically you could wear shorts to the rink. We actually have a couple of fans who do that, so they wear their shorts to the rink no matter what day it is. I remember a few years ago when it was 25 below zero, and we had a guy show up, and he finally put long pants on, and we almost all fell over because he's like, "Yeah, that's the limit." So, it's just great to get started again. Opening night is always very special. The chance to, the only time during the year that you announce your full roster, the lineup, it's not just the 5 guys, the 5 skaters and the goalie who are starting. It's the entire group, and they're all lined up on on the blue line, and it's a great visual image, and it's just a great night to get back together. The building is activated. It's electric. There's a great atmosphere. We remember back in May when we were playing playoff hockey. That type of atmosphere, much like I said with baseball, that's what we're trying to create on a nightly basis. And this Saturday will be our first chance to do it against a team that knocked us out of the playoffs last year. So we got like a little extra juice for that.
Do you have anything new coming between periods? Because you've got the staples, the regulars. You got the human hockey puck, and you've got the musical chairs. Is there anything new coming?
Our entertainment division they've told me they've got some surprises that I will have to wait to see.
Nice.
I do know that I've been signing purchase orders and approving Amazon bills and everything else for things that I look at and going, what are we doing?
Oh, it's going to be great then.
I'm really hoping that those things were actually for the game and not for their personal use, but we'll find out.
Greeny, who was the last Badger alum to play for the Admirals? Was it Blake Jeffrey?
Blake Jeffrey?
Joe Pascula.
Oh yeah, that's right. Antigo native.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He was here after Blake, and Joseph Labate was here a few years ago. He's now playing out in Abbotsford, so he was with us for about a year, and I think that has been the most recent ones. We're about due for another one.
It's good for business to have players who grew up in Wisconsin on the team, right? Because their families can come in, and it's like that's good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Every time I look at a roster and on a different team and I see a guy from Wisconsin, I'm going, I wonder how he'd look in an Admirals uniform. Because I always kind of look at that. It's like, well, it'd be great if he was playing here, and then it'd be great for his friends and his family to come. But then I also think those are probably comp tickets, so that's not the greatest thing for me.
Is in your league? This is a good question, because in your league now, and because you worked in Major League Baseball for many years for the Brewers. It used to be a lot looser with players and comp tickets and stuff, and now it's like recorded and they get taxed on them, and it's like not a perk.
Thanks, World
anymore.
and Ron.
And not like a lot of players can't afford to buy tickets and to pay the taxes on them. But as your league, do you get a supply of comps? And like when you go on the road for your road opener, our families and friends,
where do you put the road
Are they
beef?
covered? Are they covered? And there's the matter of seats, because sometimes hockey, especially early in the season, the arenas aren't full because people haven't gotten into hockey mode yet. But do visiting teams put your friends and family section up in the nosebleeds?
Oh,
even
like
when
they
the
did to
arena's
Jordan
empty?
Love's mom in Kansas City.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I've yet to find a building where we didn't all work together to accommodate each other's fans. So in Rockford last weekend for our season opener, there were probably 150 Admirals fans. There was a group of them that was all sitting together not far from the ice. And, everybody works to take care of everybody. We all are trying to make sure that we're giving people the best possible experience. I will say on days where we're going to be sold out, we do hold tickets for players or for their families, and they may not all be together. That may be a bigger issue. They be, used to being able to sit in the same section or whatever. Here, we may have to be like, well, we can get you in, but they're going to be, these four are going to be over here, and those two are going to be over there, and things like that. But we do try to accommodate everybody as best we can. Part of that reason is if it's a visiting team, I want that player to know that we're taking care of people here. So if that guy's a free agent down the road, he knows that he didn't get screwed when he came to Milwaukee with the tickets that we left for his family. So, that's all part of the building of relationships.
Fantastic. Greeny, on the way out, Brewers are headed for they're headed for Game 3 tomorrow night at Dodger Stadium. When you started traveling and doing things with the Brewers, they were in the American League. They switched to the National League. I know for me, going to Dodger Stadium the first time was quite a thrill. And my favorite memory, I think, of Dodger Stadium was when you and I got to talk to Arliss/Robert Wool, the guy who farted Volare in Hollywood Nights.
I forgot about that. Oh yes, that was that was fantastic. Yeah, that was a memorable moment for me for sure. And thank you for bringing that back up. I'm going to carry that with me the rest of the day, and maybe there'll be some reenactment. We'll have to see.
We brought that up to him, and he's like, "Oh, I love that movie. I had so much fun on that movie," and it kind of made his day too. And then at the time, he was the star of Arliss, which was an HBO show for you youngsters about a sports agent and a lot of sports cameos. It was a very well done show. He was a sports agent. And I remember Bob Uecker, like he goes in the dugout. And the reason that Robert Wool's on the field is because they were doing the celebrity softball game before the Brewers played the Dodgers. And Uecker's like, "Hey, Arliss, how you doing, Arliss?" And the guy came up, "Hey, Ueck, how you doing? Hey, Arliss." And then, Robert Wool walked away, and Ueck said to us, like, "What's that guy's real name?" And we said, "Oh, it's Robert Wool." He goes, "Oh, I just know him as Arliss." It was incredible.
A lot of celebrities out there.
Yes.
Yep. But I remember that first trip to Dodger Stadium and getting the opportunity to meet Vin Scully, which was just
the best.
Beyond overwhelming, frankly. He just could not have been more gracious and he was exactly what you hoped he would be. And it was just a phenomenal experience.
I remember my knees knocking when I met him, and I said, "Nice to meet you, Mr. Scully. Please, Drew, call me Vin." Oh, no,
right.
No, you're Mr. Scully.
Yes, exactly.
You always be Mr. Scully. It doesn't matter how old I am. You're Mr. Scully. Yeah, we had some great times on that circuit. Greeny, best of luck on Saturday night, home opener, Admirals. What time is face-off?
Face-off at 6. Doors open at 5. Pre-game ceremonies start at about 5:55, and we have plenty of tickets available. Expecting a nice crowd though, and we will have we'll have a great amount of televisions on if the Brewers are still playing, which I expect to happen. So you can feel free to come down here and hang out down at the bar. We'll watch the Brewer game and our game. During those intermissions, you can check out baseball. So it'll be a great night to watch hockey. Hopefully support the Brewers at the same time. And
did you say hang
we're
out at the
excited to
bar?
get started here.
Yes, he did say
I
hang
did.
out
Come
the
on.
bar.
Down.
Okay.
Yes.
We love it. Greeny, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it. We'll catch up with you next week.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
All right. Jon Greenberg, Milwaukee Admirals. You want to get a hockey fix? Badgers are out of town. Drive on over to Milwaukee Panther Arena. They do a great product. It's minor league. It's AAA guys that are going to be future stars in the NHL, but they play a really good brand of hockey and they make it fun in the building. And that's what it's all about, right? That's the charm of the non-professional sports, not to mention not as expensive as going and watching professional sports. So we highly recommend that you check out our friends.
That South Bar is awesome.
The Milwaukee Admirals. All right, we are getting ready. We'll be back with our last call, and then you can you can enjoy the stylings of Hunter Baumgart and Tim Allen, the Dean of Baseball postgame shows. He's doing an off-day show, and then tomorrow he'll be doing a little 2 to 3. I guess it's a pregame show for a game that starts at 5:00. You'll hear him from 2 to 3 while we get ready to do the football feast at 3:00 from Easttown Mall in Madison at Buffalo Wild Wings. Come and see us. Buy one, get one boneless. Voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay, will join us at 5:00 along with Billy Schmid. Billy Edwards Jr., the Badgers quarterback, is slated to appear if he doesn't have a team meeting or a treatment session. He could come and join us, and you can see him at Easttown Mall. His appearance will be about 5:00, and we'll also have Packers tickets to give away to an upcoming home game. You're listening to Drew and KB.
Anywhere you go.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Prince songs you've thumbed up. Number 3, Little Red Corvette.
Was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. You say, baby, I ain't got enough gas. Oh yeah, Little Red Corvette. Baby, your mind's too fast. Yes, you are.
Number 2, 1999.
2000 party over, oops, out of time. So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999.
Number 1, When Doves Cry.
Baby, you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Hear more from Prince and similar artists now. Search for Prince on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. iHeartRadio. Here are the top Steve Miller Band songs that you've thumbed up. Number 3, Take the Money and Run.
Bobby Sue, took the money and run. Go on, take the money and run. Go on, take the money and run.
Number 2, Rockin' Me.
I know that it's true that all the things that I do will come back to me in my sweet time. So keep on rocking me, baby. Keep on rocking me, baby.
Number 1, The Joker.
I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I get my loving on the run.
Hear more from the Steve Miller Band and similar artists now. Search for Steve Miller Band on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. iHeartRadio. Here are the top Steely Dan songs that you've thumbed up. Number 3, A19.
She thinks I'm crazy, but I'm just growing old. Hey, 19. We got nothing in common. We can't dance together. Can't talk at all.
Number 2, Do It Again.
Here you go back, Jack. Do it again. We'll turn it round and round. You go back, Jack. Do it again.
Number 1, Reeling in the Years.
Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine?
Hear more from Steely Dan and similar artists now. Search for Steely Dan on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Classic Cuts.
Although Elton John made Your Song a hit, the romantic sentiments in the song are not his. The lyrics belong to Elton's longtime collaborator, Bernie Taupin, and he isn't particularly proud of them.
When I wrote that song, I was barely 17 years old. The kid that wrote that was very much the character in the framework of the song. I was incredibly naive. I was starting out.
And you can tell everybody this is the song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind what I put down in the words. How wonderful life is while you're in the world.
We've been having some fun today with some hot takes, some pet pictures, conversation with Paul Wagner and our buddy Adam Pawlak, Chef to the Stars. Thank you for everybody who's been hanging out with us on the stream and on the interwebs. But don't go away, because Tim Allen and Hunter Baumgart are about to do a hardcore Brewers deep dive into what's happened in the first 2 games and what needs to happen tomorrow night in Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. Brewers trail 2-0. It's looking bleak, but they're the Woodpeckers, 1 game at a time. The Brewers, the Brewers record, they had the best road record in ball, and they went 3-0 at Dodger Stadium during the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
They were 45-36 on the road this season. That was the best in the major leagues.
So my takeaway is
last call. By the way, shout out to our friends at Central Standard for sponsoring the this little happy hour of ours today.
And they're still going to let us have a barrel pick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So
a Drew and KB Bourbon Edition 4.
Yeah, and we can probably drink on the air now.
Yes.
Anywho, my takeaway is quite simply this. In the 8 games the Brewers have played with the Dodgers, they're 6-2. Yes, it is the playoffs. Yes, the Dodgers are a loaded team. But for people who are out there saying we can't even hang with the Dodgers, you are wrong, because you have proven that you can hang with the Dodgers. Game 1, even game 1 and game 2 up until the 6th inning was simply 2 bad pitches.
Yeah.
Right? That's all it was. 2 bad pitches. Now the bats didn't work, but they were within a run. And they didn't do the trick, or they didn't do the job when they had runners in scoring position in the 9th, which could have been a walk-off in game 1. But if they get knocked out, as I said, I had a great summer. And if they get knocked out, I will be disappointed, but I will not be angry. And I think that's fair.
That is absolutely fair. And again, to me, you got to look at it as, okay, they beat the Cubs, which is imperative. They saved the integrity and the validity of the 97 wins by doing that. But to me, they won 2 playoff series this year because they won the one they didn't have to play by having the best record. So to me, it's like they won 2 playoff series, whatever happens in the next couple of games. The goal now, win tonight, or I should say win tomorrow night, and then take it from there and then try to win the next one and get it back to Milwaukee. It would be amazing. Tomorrow on the program, football feast. We're not on at 2. That's going to be Tim Allen again. Love Tim Allen. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll fire up from Buffalo Wild Wings, East Town Mall in Madison. Come and see us. We're there until 7. Matt LePay joins us at 5 o'clock. We always draw a good crowd at that location, hoping to see a lot of good people there. And the Brewers are playing at 5, leading you into Thursday Night Football. Have a great, great Wednesday night.
Make good choices.
97.3